Finally, I have everything that I need. Thanks to that mad poet, I have the Necronomicon and a destination, finally, to locate the forgotten city of Neruzavin. This journey will be a long one, surely across land and seas both. But after all the effort that has been put forth, after everything I have attempted over the last few years, this is the victory lap. I will be denied no longer. The black stars beckon, and I will find them. I am Count Hasserton Lowls IV, and when I am done here, no academics throughout the inner seas will forget this name. Somewhere, deep within these sands, I will build history.
Zoogs, pards, now whatever these beetle things are. Why can't the Dreamlands just be normal? One time. Why does it always have to be giant creatures and a fall that looks like it doesn't end?
Looking over the edge of this massive leaf that you are all currently standing upon, however far away the floor of this forest may be, it is difficult to tell. But we arrived here at the end of last week's session. We are looking through the Dreamlands for a shopping list of odd esoterica, strange artifacts to be offered up to the mad poet in exchange for his knowledge. The first of which we've come to seek is the tale of a strange creature of this realm known as a pard. We knew we would arrive in the Enchanted Woods, but we had no inkling of the scale we would find in this forest. Dozens, if not hundreds of feet above the forest floor, you had spotted two creatures lurking on nearby branches, limbs nearby to yours, stalking the very spot where you arrived from your ritual. And speaking of these fine adventurers of the dream before us, who do we have? We'll start over here because you're in a new and fancy spot today.
Oh, I'm in a new chair. I'm Kevin. I play Easy. I'm just a regular bard who is really excited to be back in the dream world.
Are you?
No.
That was great historically.
Yeah.
It looks like it's about to be really fun for you.
Yeah.
Colby, I play MD, a regular full-blooded orc rogue. Big, green, and mean.
Howdy, I'm Derb, and I play Trey, the full-blooded hobgoblin frontline fighter with a pokey stick.
My name's Sully. I play Cammy, the itty-bitty gnomish witch who's bigger, greener, and meaner.
Ooh, are you?
Yeah.
Are you any of those
Maybe.
things? I'm the third
Canonically.
one, maybe.
Maybe. Our art is black and white.
MD is
She has a great point. I can't contest that.
and MD is historically nice.
That's true. He's a friendly guy. He's the giant, hold-scarred orc with a heart of gold.
Jolly Green Giant.
I'm
But a
keeping my
jolly
options
green
open.
giant. Perfect.
Aw.
As we come in today, you had barely had a moment to assess your surroundings. Not nearly the time you would need to come to grips with this incredible forest before you. Before Marius, your ranger, had pointed out something on a nearby limb. As he looked over to it, you saw his eyes flash wide, and he goes to turn away from it just as the rest of you turn in to look. And you see his skin, here in the Dreamlands, green, not so much mottled as almost scaled, start to dull and lose its color. And as it does, his knees buckle as if to fall before he is simply gone from the area around you. The rest of you turn to look at this beast. The body strangely similar to the small creatures that had accosted the Sellen Starling just a few days ago as you made your voyage through the waking world. They have the bodies of lizards, almost shaped much like an iguana, but far too many legs, 6 or 8? You can't entirely tell. Their flesh is smooth, a sheen across it as if they were freshly clambered from that same water. Long, smooth wings folded back against their sides, and a face on a winding neck coming out from this core with the head and the mouth almost of a horse. A group of you all look as Marius goes and meet this thing's gaze. And as it knows it's been made, its mouth flies wide and a whinnying screech comes forth as, in a woe from Link 1429, I need everybody to make me a fortitude save.
Thanks, Link.
Okay. Oh, good start.
Yeah.
We're not in initiative yet,
No.
so I do have my reaction.
This will not hurt you.
Okay, that's just as well.
29.
29. You are okay.
16 plus 12, 28.
28. You are okay.
8 plus 13, 21.
21. You are less okay.
33.
33. You're fine here.
Yay!
MD, you are the one, as you look at this, you see it looking squarely back. And all of you can see a similar effect start to ripple out across his body, his skin dulling, starting to lose its color. You feel like you can feel your skin, your muscles almost cracking, stretching, as if they were locked in knots as you try to move, and you are slowed 1.
I'm so smart.
And with that, I do need everyone to roll me some initiative.
Okay, by process of elimination, I have to be the greenest now. It's getting so much closer.
This has gone very in your
I'm
favor.
eliminating
The green contest has come around very well for you. Oh, this is north, this is south.
Didn't think it was going to be a contest.
I like to go back and forth. This time I'll do mine first. North is going to get a 32, and south is going to get a 15.
Well,
Oh, look
okay
at that.
then.
Feast and famine.
One of those was, a 19. One of those is much higher than the other. How did I take this down? I still need this. I'm not done with
He's
this
nervous. We've thrown him off his rhythm.
We got him on the
yet.
ropes.
What do you got, Cammy?
I got a 29.
29. I'll put you up towards the 32, Trey.
28.
28, I'll put you right below that, MD.
I rolled a 13 plus 15, 28.
Who wants to go first?
Trey can go first.
And easy.
I rolled a 2 plus 14, so 16.
Ooh, you got below that one.
I don't like this place.
I'm starting to not like it very much either.
It's not fun here. The northernmost of these creatures immediately leaps up from this branch beneath the boughs nearby to surge up through the leaves, spreading and flapping its wings near soundlessly as this, again, whinnying of a horse flies up to you. As it rises up some 15 feet above the branch next to you, its mouth opens, and from it pours forth a wave of thick, viscous, brown phlegm.
Mm.
This is going to shoot out across Trey and MD, just almost in a straight, arcing line of sneeze. And I need a reflex save from each of you.
Well, I rolled a natural 20.
I got an 18.
Get my little fellas for the map here.
Did it. Like I said, this guy likes to party.
You got a natural
I
20.
got a natural 20.
I asked the rogue for a reflex save. I don't know what I thought was going to happen. Trey,
I got an 18.
total?
Yeah.
Okay,
I rolled a 3.
fair enough. That's with your bulwark and everything, right?
Yep.
Okay, because you absolutely get bulwark against that. That
So 15 plus 3. Or 3 plus 15.
is going to critically fail. MD ducks out of the way, and the entire blast hits you.
Just all over the full plate. I am going.
Like those
He is gross now.
like those scenes where one person sees it come, but the other person can't see it because they're behind it.
Yeah, absolutely. You see Trey get completely coated in this brown, thick slime. That's going to be 68 points of
60.
acid damage.
I don't like it here.
68 points of acid damage to Trey.
Hey, what? No.
Can't.
Maybe we should have said
No.
coffee instead of.
So I was thinking, right? So I was thinking. So I want to.
Oh, you were thinking.
I wanna have
we
some
called-
thoughts.
We gave briefly at the end of last
that's
week
right, we
that
did. Okay.
you made the check and you met that glance briefly and realized that they have an interesting niche in their biology. And as you look and think, I need you to make me a fortitude save.
Okay. Well, that's rude.
What?
I will do that, though. Will this cause me pain?
No.
Okay. You know what? It's about this time in the show that I like to take a moment to thank some of our very good, like Hypervol.
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 Protect
Mwah.
us.
It's a little kiss just for you. As I look over at the monster, and then I remember, oh shoot, I close my eyes, but I keep thinking.
She's on this.
Okay, that's a 19 on the die.
You're probably fine.
Okay.
You would know that the gaze of these things clearly is having an effect. You can see from what you briefly saw of Marius, what's happening to MD, and what you feel, that they are petrifying. Now, the good news is that this is not like the strange hounds that you'd fought in the Lowell's estate before. This isn't something you necessarily need to worry about averting your gaze. While that may help you, it's not like simply looking at them or being in their presence is going to have this effect. It's something they have to do intentionally. They have to spend their effort to
Okay.
look at you and to focus it. But it is something they can do somewhat quickly as a reaction, as what just happened to you.
Okay. That's interesting to know. Well, you're petrified. You're just hurting.
Oh yeah, only MD is trying to petrify right now.
So without much hesitation, I can tell you that I'm gonna stoke the heart.
Smart. It's the thing you do.
Biggest boy, go get him. And then I think that I'm going to mosey on over behind Easy.
Fair enough.
Just since we're spraying stuff, you know, I don't want to be so close to that. And for my last action, since I've only got one left here, I'll just throw up a shield, just for a little.
Okay. All of you see
I scurry behind Easy, and I go, no.
as this this brown goop sprays out across Trey, you can actually see the color of this creature, this horse-headed lizard, change. Its skin goes from an almost pale, iridescent, muted color, a dark gray, almost black, to a brighter, more vibrant brown, almost matching the color of what it had spewed out across Trey. The other one's still this muted, neutral, near black. You get a face fall of this. Your heart stoked, Trey. You're up.
Your heart is stoked.
I'm very stoked.
I'm
And you
stoked
said
about all
it's-
this snot in my face.
15 feet off the ground, right?
Yes, it is. That would still be within reach of a reach weapon. If you were, because
Oh, yeah,
you're
because
5 feet tall
10
and you have a
yeah.
10-foot spear, so
Okay. I was gonna pull out the dinky little short bow that I have.
you would
but
need to
he's
move
within
over
reach.
like underneath it,
That's
but
I can get
right
there.
up on the edge of the branch. But you could.
Couldn't I?
Doesn't.
So I will move under it, and try to activate. Or actually, I don't need my stance. I'm going to move under it and then Intimidating Glare.
Okay. Now you can see the branch it had come up from is about 20 feet down below you, where it had leapt and just flown up. That was just as far as it could go in one move. It couldn't get any higher than that.
23 to Intimidate.
23. It doesn't seem to be very phased by the man covered in thick, chunky snot.
Then I'm going to hit it, and it's going to see why it should have been afraid.
Fair, that'll do it. That's how that usually teaches him a little better.
Does a 28 connect?
Absolutely does.
Oh, and that's dual-handed assault because it's a flourish. I can do that even on the end.
And give me some damage. Yeah, big whack.
So 21 damage.
Solid.
Pretty good.
Okay. Yeah, pretty good hit. You reach up even just at the very end of this spear, still able to land a resounding blow. MD, you are slowed 1 from this gaze, which means that you are only going to have 2 actions on your turn for as long as you remain slowed. You are up.
I'm kind of staggered a little bit, reacting a little bit slower, seeing Trey step forward. I'm going to step forward, my first action, and I'm going to focus on the gauntlet I now have on my hand since I'm always equipped. And I'm going to look at Trey's weapon and imagine that in my hand as well. So
Okay.
the one-handed reach spear that he has. And that's going to be my full turn, just as I come forward with that and use my action.
So it was
to-
a gauntlet before, right? You
yeah,
transformed as a fist.
we put it into a gauntlet. So now it's just as the plates on the gauntlet kind of form and coalesce into the shaft, and it comes forward, and the blade reforms to the top, and now I'm just pointing it at matching Trey's stance.
You got your spear line up here facing down this creature.
That's me.
And that will bring us to the southernmost of these things, which a little further away, also on a leaf alongside that lower branch, is going to fly and jump up onto the branch alongside you. Do something else. Thank you. That's alongside you. That can't be that one. You ever try to get an option out of 5, so you roll a d6, and you're like, I'll just re-roll it if it's a 6, and then it's a 6 3 times in a row?
Every day.
He is going to leap up to the edge of the branch. This wing, the wings launching him upwards to the side. The furthest he can do is just to get up on the branch with you as well, his claws gripping through the bark as his flesh starts to change colors to a bright, almost sky blue. So vibrant, it almost looks to be self-illuminated as he whips his head out towards Easy and Cammy, opening his mouth as a bolt of lightning
Do I have any
surges out
cover?
the two
Oh,
of
it's just
you.
lightning. Okay. I thought it was sneeze.
Oh,
It
don't
is-
you worry. It's the same damage.
I need a
Oh.
reflex save from both of you too. This absolutely is going to do damage to you.
Okay, do I have any cover?
You have lesser cover, yes. So you get
Okay,
plus 1 to
awesome.
your reflex save
'Cause
because
I'm small.
there is an easy in front of you.
It's easy cover.
The easy cover.
I don't think he likes that very much.
No, I'm gonna try and disappear. I wanna.
Poof.
Well,
We're overdue
guess
for the
it's why I
disappearing working. It's been a minute.
I don't think it's ever
I don't
done.
think I've ever seen it.
It's worked.
happen.
It's worked once. I think once.
Disappear.
it worked one time. All right.
We're overdue for a victory here.
That's a 16.
Is it 15 or 17?
It's 16. I think it's meets it beats. Hold on, it hasn't happened in so long.
Is it DC 16? It's
Let
meets
me-
it beats it, but I thought it was
Pretty
17.
sure it's 17.
It's been so
She's
long
flipping through a
since
book.
I
It's
was
been so long since you haven't rolled like a.
It's 16.
Damn it!
Yes! Oh,
I felt it.
on a 6. Oh.
It's been so long since it's worked.
I thought it wouldn't happen. I get a +2 to the saving throw, and I'll resist damage equal to my level.
Plus
But
2 status or circumstance?
You know what? I didn't take that down.
I'm assuming it's circumstance because you are actually like dephasing. So you'll have a +2 total on your saving throw.
It has been so long since I've thought about it.
So, Kevin,
Okay, I'm gonna be like, watch out, Cammy, and see that Cammy's not there. And I'm like, wait. And shaking around, I'm gonna re-roll that. Thank you very much, Tim C.
It is circumstance.
It got worse.
It got worse.
she's dropping on a 20.
Yeah, I did.
She's gone.
I'm
What'd you
gone,
get?
baby. baby.
I'm really tired, and Cammy just disappeared. So I rolled a 2 plus 15, so it is a 17.
Hope you can take 68 damage.
Oof.
I can't take that twice.
I can't take that twice either.
I can't either.
52 points of
I
electricity
could take
damage.
that twice.
Glad I'm gone.
That is a critical failure. You take all of it. The lightning
dude.
surging through easy. You get that little flash, the cartoon. You see a skeleton for a second.
Isn't lightning what Wirelight used to?
you're not having a good time with electricity.
Okay.
But it is your turn, good sir, and only slightly singed.
Oh
What do you
my
wanna do?
gosh.
He's gonna change his name to LR.
And as
Lightning rod.
as this surges through
Fair
you, when you recover for a second, you look and you see this now blue creature cock its head and gaze directly at you. Make me a fortitude save.
Okay. I don't like it.
How many times can they do
Well,
that?
he just got his reaction, so he didn't have it.
15
Okay.
plus 11 is 26.
26. You're okay.
Well, what are these? They whinny and they
What are
wheeze.
those?
I don't like their tone or how they turn us to stone. A tray's covered in sneeze. That's a bit of courage.
What does courage do?
It gives you a +1 to your attack and damage rolls, and something extra with fear.
Saves against fear.
Yeah. So that's that, and it's also some good words that Trey hears, and Trey feels a little bit better with level 3 soothe.
Ooh, big heals. Okay.
Trey needs it.
Big heals coming out. That's Gusta.
Yeah. So I forget.
I failed the flat check.
3d10.
No extra sanity for you.
How much you give Trey back?
That looks like it's
14 plus
12, 26. 26 health to Trey.
Nice.
Okay, that's not 58. or 62.
Or 62 or whatever.
I had 58.
Yeah, I can
Okay.
take another
Now
critical
you're
fail.
Did
now.
some of it though, and now realizing it is still in range.
Move.
This creature is, but it literally has to. It's flying. It can't not provoke at this point. It has to.
That's fair.
Even if it
Well,
falls,
some
it would
things have
still do it.
hover. I don't think this does.
It does not. No, it definitely has to use its wings to fly. There is no way it cannot provoke. It can't step in the air. So even if it just used an action to stay in the air, you're still going to get a swing at it.
Yeah. Does a 27 connect?
It's flat-footed.
It's flat-footed.
Does for the flat-footed.
Yeah,
We found the
Catches the
AC.
because he has the spear out.
Yeah.
Gang up.
As a reaction, since he hit with a melee attack.
Spear line! Spear line!
18.
18 points damage.
A total of a 30.
Absolutely hits.
What's the spear damage? It's D6, right?
D6.
Okay. Does it take precision damage?
Sure does. It's just
Whee.
a thing.
Whee!
It's just a weird lizard.
The wombo
10,
combo.
15, 19, 20 damage.
Woo!
21 damage. There's 31 total to hit.
Okay, after a solid pair of spears, this thing whinnies in pain and beats its wings till it flies a little bit higher. It just ascends up and back just another 10 feet to get itself out of the reach of your spears, and then whips its head around and focuses in on Trey. They have whipped a couple of quick glances to people. It is focusing, and you can visibly see the group of you, cones of energy radiating out of its eyes. A pale yellow white light, like a spotlight, illuminating Trey.
Just a fort save?
Just a fort save.
26.
26 will fail. You are slowed one as well as you start to petrify. But that is a big amount of focus from it. That's its whole turn. Cammy.
Okay. You're not looking so hot still, are you?
I never do.
Okay, but like.
But
yeah.
also, yes.
He feels better.
Easy always looks hot.
So you're dazzled this round
Yes,
as you
I
flicker
am.
in and out of reality.
As I phase back into reality, Cammy comes back and hits the deck like,
You don't know where you are.
My hair is like.
what happened to you? Where'd I go? Hold on, and I kind of hold on to you to steady my pace, but this will be a little level 1 heal. Just
Make a
little
flat
boost
check.
for you. Yep, I know. I try and reach out to find you. I do though.
Okay.
It's okay. That's a
It's
9.
only DC 5. It's not
oh
high.
my gosh!
But...
All right, can I just give me a second? Can I please? So you're gonna get just a little bit of health. It's a 1d8. It's not a ton, but it is something.
D8 plus 8 if you're doing the 2-action version, or you just touch him for 1 action.
Yeah, I'll do the 2.
Okay, because if you just 1 action touch him, it's just D8. But otherwise, you add 8 to it. It's a real big value.
Oh yeah, here we go. So that's gonna be 13.
Ooh.
Nothing to snuff at. Nothing to snuff at.
It's a good amount of health for the man. It doesn't have a whole lot of health.
One more of
Oh,
those and
man.
you're back to good.
And then I'm just going to steady my breath, entirely leaning on easy at this point. I kind of crouch down, holding on, taking cover from the onslaught, but I will be stoking Trey's card.
That's just a sustained
Keeping
no
that
check
one
for
going.
that. Trey,
That's me.
you start to harden as well when you are up.
Oh no.
The other one's at our level.
The other one is on the branch. It's not even flying. It is physically it's perched on the branch with you, 15 feet away.
I'm gonna poke it.
Okay. You step over and poke it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That dude's up there. Nah.
This guy loves
Well,
to poke.
I'm going to step Intimidating Glare, the new one,
Okay.
because I highly doubt they speak any languages I do.
They don't speak any languages,
Yeah.
actually.
They
They
speak
are.
Well, we haven't tried to
They're
talk to
weird
them.
little lizards.
They speak horse.
They speak
27
horse whinnies. 27.
against Will DC.
27 doesn't.
That was a Winnie
Is
of
that with
Fears.
are we couraged?
It doesn't apply.
That's
to
the other
Intimidating.
way around.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
They don't seem to be afraid. The blue one stops for a moment, almost, but not quite.
And then I'm gonna hit it in the face.
Hit in the face works.
Does a 37 connect?
Dirty. He's not flat-footed or anything.
Nope.
38
38.
38 crits!
Because
I'm like,
I
come
have
on, man.
Inspire.
Stop being one off of everything.
There we
Please.
go.
38 crits.
It's now clumsy 1,
Let me get my little card.
and it's gonna take 46 damage
Ooh.
Nice.
as I just step over and right through the lizard bits.
Yeah, that's a pretty good hit. I'd say it may not be intimidated, but it's definitely clumsy.
It's
Oh,
really
you
a
slowed one
wonder
anyway,
that-
so you couldn't have intimidated and glared, so whatever.
Oh,
we'll
true,
Just
yeah.
watch. MD also slowed one.
I'm going to. This worked whenever Marius asked me to do it. I'm going to focus again on the weapon and try to turn it into a short bow. The one
Okay.
Marius uses.
And you,
I also have one of those.
as you focus in on this and try to shift it into a ranged weapon, you feel it pull. It resists you a little bit. The point of the spear drags itself towards the lizard. What do you do?
It's going to let the point of the spear drag itself towards the lizard.
You all see in an instant MD fizzle out. He doesn't just disappear. He wavers for a moment like a mirage, and then suddenly is 15 feet away, alongside the dragon, thrusting. Make me an attack roll.
Whoa.
That was so cool.
He is flat-footed because of your gang up.
31 total again.
31 absolutely hits.
2 6s, 6, 12, 18,
Woo!
22,
Woo!
23, 24.
Woo!
I can sneak attack. I can do things.
They're within 1 point of each other and how much damage they've taken. And just as quickly as it happened, he is back where he began. Simply shink, shink, stab, shink, shink. Spear still in hand, confused. Unfold your spear thing one more time. Scimitar.
The weapon.
The whatever it is at this particular moment.
I can hit a foe from range.
But that is both of your 2 actions.
Dang.
For a resounding hit. Both these creatures are now starting. I mean, they've both been pretty profusely stabbed. They're both decently hurt. But the one at the south end of the log here, they're fairly big, but they've got a bunch of stubby little legs. One of them looks like it has 6 legs, and the other 8. They're not long. They don't have a great amount of reach. It does actually have to step forward to be able to get into range
Is it smart enough to
to
step?
attack Trey. I mean, I think the thing that's 5 feet away is just kind of going to shunt forward and swing. That's not like a super intelligent
Oozes
maneuver.
can't step.
Oozes are
They don't have
brainless.
feet.
They're
They got no
literally
feet.
brainless. If it's
That's
got at least
rude.
like feral intelligence, I figure it can figure out like I'm 5 feet away.
He has 8
Steps
feet
like
for
the
stepping.
default cautious move.
Let's see
And
if
as
I
it
can
moves, it almost thrusts its whole body, all of its legs at once, kicking itself forward. Its belly almost sliding forth on the logs. Its head turns to the side. And these big square teeth that go wide as the neck shoots out and it snaps at you. One big, massive bite.
Chomp.
Mega cunt. Hold on. I'm gonna use some of my villain points. I got 3 of them. I'll put a Link 1429 point on the table. It goes and snaps right in front of you and then just pushes itself a little further and just second jump.
Second bite.
Does a 40 hit?
Almost.
Oh my gosh.
If I was level 20, you'd be real close.
That went from a 3 to a 19. That one very flipped over. Good villain point, Link. Good villain point. And this is the rest of its actions. Just one big snip. Very similar to certain thing that Trey had used a bunch of times in the past. You know, stranger to the one big hit school of fighting. It works pretty well. Math. 68
I'm fine.
points
Oh
of
my
piercing
gosh.
damage.
You're,
Good
well,
thing
let's
you
be
got
really
healed.
clear. You're not fine.
No,
Um,
I'm fine. I can take
No,
another
I
one.
see the
Jumps
numbers.
and crunches on your armor and pulls back. And it looks almost kind of surprised that you're still there. Looks across the two of you and glances over at Easy. Make me a fortitude save.
He forgot to take
That's
the
not a
round.
manipulate, is it? Because that'd be very funny.
It's not. It's
Okay.
just visual.
in his mouth.
I was like, that's a great question. That would be so funny. That's just a quick glance.
I could see it like snickering to itself, looking over and just getting clocked in the face.
That would be
Huh?
so funny. Reactions very rarely are
Yeah.
because they're so quick.
50 seconds clocks a lot.
A
I
lot.
see it. Look
You
at me.
on
And
Metroid?
I'm just doing my old technique. I'm just gonna close my eyes. And I'm not here. My old-fashioned technique of if I don't see the monster, it's not there. So, am I rolling that?
Well, this is a visual effect, so it is like.
Yeah. All right. That's better. Use fortitude. 12 plus 12 minus 1 because I'm tired. So
It's
23.
If it's visual, can't he counter performance it?
Can you kind of promise something? It is visual. Yeah, I mean, that's.
True.
You can
Stare
stare
harder.
harder.
So
Yeah.
I start humming and
You want to assert dominance?
just make
You can
little-
absolutely counter performance at looking at you. Yes, you can.
I haven't done a
Come on,
performance in a
come
while.
on.
I need to roll a performance check. I think?
Yeah, it's a
Yes,
check,
performance.
and you get to choose.
And then
what
it
you want
takes
to
your
do.
Those.
reaction. So, like, you can.
Oh yeah, I use those all the time. Okay, 17 plus 18.
What do you do? How do you counter perform this thing going?
I just illusion a little mirror. I just like make a little song, and it's a little mirror, and it's like you're looking at yourself, and I'm closing my eyes.
So, that's a 17 on the die in your performance. I assume it's about 1 billion is
Yeah, it's like 35.
Yeah, you're fine.
Yeah.
You're fine. It's
Oh
your
my
turn.
god.
What's that?
Okay. Okay. What was I even gonna do?
Well, counter performance.
Oh yeah, Trey's dying again.
Fine.
I see you slowly turning to stone and bleeding a lot, and the thing in your mouth. So I'm like, everything's fine. Yeah, this is just a life on the vine. I'm just a bard looking for a pard. Please, Zoogs, give me a sign. And that's courage again, and those nice little words go into Trey's ears, and that's a level 4 soothe.
We're like World of Warcraft thinking. You just keep getting punched in the face, and we'll just keep pumping heals into you.
No,
No?
I rolled a 1. That's a good place to roll a 1.
It's a great place to roll a 1.
Yeah,
Doesn't do
dude.
anything. You get more stressed.
I'll take it.
Oh, I see. Oh, I see several tens.
Dang.
11 plus 20 is 31.
47?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, 47.
Oh my gosh.
47
Another
health.
one.
Now you can.
Betray. He's barding.
You
it's
were at
happening.
10 before.
How are you
I
feeling?
was at 10 health.
As you covered in this snot that's just weirdly cold on your face, almost
I
numbing,
would imagine
where you
most
can
snot
feel
is
it.
cold once it leaves your body. Pretty
Probably.
quickly.
This is extremely acidic snot, though. You would expect kind of like burning or fizzling, but it's just almost a numbness where it sits on you. This one that is flying up in the air, kind of flapping its wings erratically, clearly injured, looking down at you, and then seeing whatever MD just did, and its gaze, this cone of light, shifts over to MD as it bores in on you. Make me a fortitude save.
Please stop. Rolled a 13 plus a 13, that's 26.
MD turns to stone.
No.
What?
MD is fully petrified.
Basically, for all intents and purposes,
He is
he's
a statue
a statue.
now,
He's not dead.
technically.
It
How-
doesn't say dead.
It's not. It is not
How
dead.
do you fix?
I'm an object with a
There's a
bolt.
few ways, but
Okay.
in combat, you don't.
Spear in hand, still frozen now like a sculpture. He looks like the most lifelike statue you've ever seen. His body fully flashes gray, still clad in his armor and his clothes, but his skin solid, light slate. And this thing is going to flap itself a little further away down the branch, still just trying to get some more distance around as it shakes his head and whinnies in pain. And as we come around to Cammy, it's swung around near to you and easy, and it throws a glance your direction. Make me a fortitude save.
I don't see it happen. So
Make me a
therefore,
fortitude save.
okay, yeah. So is this gonna hurt me?
No.
You're probably
No.
fine. It's not
It's
going to
not
hurt you.
damage.
Doesn't
It
affect your
doesn't
health.
do
It
damage.
is not, in fact,
Okay.
damage.
Okay. That's. Sorry.
No.
I don't like the way you react. It's an 11 on the die. That's a 25.
25, you are slowed one.
Okay.
No.
But it is your turn.
Oh.
Now, fortunately, the way that slowed works, you have all three of your actions this turn. Because slowed affects you at the start of your turn. And as a reaction, you feel yourself starting to petrify. Next turn, and for however long this persists, you will only have 2 actions. But this turn, as it's just starting to set in, you still have all 3.
That's the benefit of stunned.
Yeah, stunned
applies
affects immediately. Slowed has to be the start of
I
your
did
turn.
not know
Yeah, if you get
that.
slowed mid-turn, it actually does not affect you till the next round.
I didn't know that.
It doesn't come up very often because
Yeah.
it has to be like a reaction or something that slows you for it to happen mid-turn.
Okay. So, I've been doing some reading. Funnily enough, the petrified card just talks about when you're turned back into flesh. It does not say how you do that. So,
Do you want to take an action to make a knowledge check?
No.
Because
That's
certainly
half of your.
this is
Nuh-uh.
no, you're not slowed right now.
Oh,
It's still
true.
third. This is certainly something that you guys have not encountered before. Petrified is a new one.
It says you are an object.
He is a statue. He's a statue.
This one's a head scratcher for sure.
And in fact, I would need everyone to make me a stress check.
You said he's not dead.
He's not dead.
What if it's
but
like a really beautiful
that's
statue?
almost? I mean, it's
And it really
very
is.
Hold on.
I feel like
you said he's
I'm
not
the
dead.
one that should be making the stress check now.
Yo, you're not experiencing. I don't know. Do
I'm
you still experience?
No, I have no.
You're an object.
I
Yeah, it
can't
says-
act or sense. I have
Yeah.
no senses anymore. I'm just plunged. I can think. That's it.
You can think.
I'm plunged. Imagine how a sensory
I
deprivation
imagine
thing.
it's like my thought was it's like getting knocked out because your brain is stoned. So it's gonna be like you would just go from the instant you got petrified to the instant you got
Doesn't say you're
unpetrified.
unconscious.
But yeah, you're not unconscious. Oh, that's horrifying. You know what? He's sold me. Just MD, make me a stress check because that's absolutely horrifying.
Yeah.
I rolled a 13.
I'm gonna give you 1 still.
Heart of
That's
stone.
absolutely horrifying. Cammy, go ahead.
Oh man, I don't know. I'm scared.
He does not say you're unconscious. Oh, that's way worse.
Yeah. You just can't sense things.
You can't act or sense.
The world is dark. You can't feel
That means
anything.
I can't use an action to wake myself up.
You're in the void. Yeah, you cannot. You cannot focus and wake up either. You are petrified.
Wouldn't
I'm
you be
desperately
able
searching
to?
for a way to do something about that.
Because it's just a mental thing.
It's weird.
Maybe. What do you got,
Pin
Cammy?
that.
To be honest, not much. That one's throwing me. I'm gonna be real with you. That one scares me. I know that you're stoked.
That's definitely happening.
You got this.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
She just at
There's
you.
nothing to do.
Just blast it out of the sky.
Okay. Okay. I'm going to. You know what? No. Here's what I'm gonna do.
Okay.
We're going for some lizard on lizard violence. I'm tapping in my homeboy.
Okay.
So I'm going to give one of my actions to Greenie. And Greenie is going to, now that this guy is within 20 feet of me, he's going to come and crawl up. He perches on top of my head, and he just like, almost like a Superman, like he just rips one open, and he roars. This is going to be a shed spirit. A beam of his own energy.
I'll show you an icon. Blam.
Give me a basic will save.
Okie dokie.
Roll a 1, because I need to burn this thing.
I have 2 villain points. Well, that's right in the middle ground. Ooh. I'll use it. I'll use the villain point. I'll use the villain point. I got one more from Link 1429. There is a okay chance that gets worse, but that definitely failed. So got a little bit better. 26 total.
That meets me.
Exactly.
Oh,
That is exactly my
okay.
DC. So
I was
you'll
like, that
take
got slightly better.
half of what would have been 66.
3d6.
Spirit
Math.
damage. So
Math.
3.
Whoa.
666.
3 sixes.
Whoa.
Go ahead and write that down. And then you're still not looking so hot, are you?
I think there's a lot more problems going on.
Okay. Well, no, it's fine. It's fine. It's not. Well.
I've died in a dream before.
Okay. No, you say you're fine. That's fine. So when Greenie, as he has like ascended on top of me, he comes slowly back down to the ground, and he just looks over at Trey, and he gives him a little wink. That's gonna be, you get half of that health.
Yay.
Oh, okay, so you get 9 health back.
Yes. Yes, you do. And then,
I can solidly
he's
handle
over
another
there.
crit.
oh my gosh. You freak me out, man. I can't, this is such a bad spot for me to be in. I think,
Well, dude, would you like to go to a different one?
Yeah,
You have
yeah.
one action.
I think that for my last action, I'm gonna scoot. If empty is an object, can I go?
You can go hide behind him, absolutely.
Yeah, that sounds good to me.
Partial cover.
If you could scoot me where
Scamper
I'm
over
both
and just-
behind Trey
yeah,
and behind
hide
MD,
behind the statue.
that would be ideal for me.
All right, Trey, you are still slowed.
So, I'm going to do something new. The shield seems pretty powerful, and I don't know what it does. But I'm
Okay.
going to take the time and effort to slowly raise my arm up and get it in front of me.
Okay. It's just a little wooden buckler, but you can tell it's enhanced with something.
And then, dual-handed assault.
Big slap. Okay, so this is the one that's getting laser beamed and now stabboed.
That's a 17 again, which crit because of the +1. Also, it's clumsy.
It is.
So 17 becomes 37, 38, clumsy
yeah,
1.
Yeah, you definitely crit. Yep. I don't think he's surviving that one. After that and the ascension laser from Greenie, I don't know that he's still gonna be here.
6, 8, 18, 36.
He is not, in fact.
As
And
he
that
just gets run through again.
big mighty blow is going to strike down the first of these creatures. MD, you see this thing turn its gaze to you. Its focus come to you, and then there is nothing. This is different. Like you said, you're not unconscious. You can't perceive anything. You can't feel anything. You can't hear anything. You are just in a void with nothing but your own thoughts. You can tell you're not asleep because the stream of consciousness is still sharp. It's honed. It's exact. You're awake, but you have no real idea where or what has happened. You just are. This is the one that just died. So easy.
You're up.
It is your turn.
So like,
This other one's also quite hurt, but it's also a solid 20 feet up above the branch, like pretty far out of the way.
I'm the closest person to
You
it.
are very, by a lot, yes, the closest person
Yeah.
to it.
So is
We're chilling back here.
is being stone a magical effect, or would
Do you want to
be-
take an action to think about it?
Don't do that one. That's a trap. Don't think. Hit him.
think, you do.
Hit him.
Because this is magic you haven't encountered before.
Yeah.
It might be something if you like try to think like, oh man, I never thought this would actually. I never thought calculus would come up in real life, and try to think about the
You know what?
studies you've had as a bard to get
Maybe
your
I'm just
magic.
not gonna think about it. I'm just gonna do.
Okay.
Maybe I just do instead of think.
Don't
Okay.
think, do.
Don't just think. Don't think. Do. So I'm gonna be like, my friend is a stone, much like an outside bone, trapped in his mind. I wonder what he'll find. They're all alone, and I'm gonna try to dispel magic on it.
Okay. Roll me a counter action.
It's gonna be.
It's
you know
d20
what?
plus functionally the same as your spell attack modifier, unless you have something special for counteracting.
Yeah, I'm gonna do rank 4 because I don't know what level of effect this
Oh, the
is.
big boy. Okay.
I want my friend to not be alone in his mind. So wait, I roll. Forget counteract check is.
It's going to be the same as the spell attack roll, unless you have something special that affects counteracting.
So yeah, 29. Do I add 1?
29. No, it's not an attack roll. You, you throw out this dispel magic over MD, and you feel it fizzle. It
Okay.
doesn't fail. It fizzles. There is nothing there to dispel.
Alright.
He's no longer benefiting from your inspiration because he can't hear you. But this transformation that has turned him to stone, it's done. It's not a lingering magical effect that's keeping him a statue. That's what he is now.
Okay.
I learned some hard truths. That's okay. That's what a turn is. And then that's also courage. It's also courage.
A lot of courage. A lot of courage. This thing
Got a little guy.
up in the air is gonna look down at the group of you. Easy's the closest.
Okay.
And it sees the other one fall over. It is an animal. It is not suicidal. And with one last whinnying cry, it is hurt enough, it is going to shoot off into the trees.
You scared him off.
Whoa! It doesn't like
Flap
limits.
away and flee. It's got like 31 health left. It doesn't want to die.
I found a little spider. You'll never be able to see it
Yeah,
on the
there's no
camera,
way the
but he
camera
was
I
hanging
can't,
off of
I
there.
can't
I
see it
saw
from
him.
here.
Oh yeah, he's so small.
I saw him when he was hanging off the camera.
The light would. Oh, I can see him just
I don't
barely
think you'll
against you,
ever
Jay.
be
The camera cannot.
There's no universe the camera's ever
Wait,
gonna
I'll,
see
I'll
that.
put him in the
You got-
dice tray.
You got.
Oh,
I'm gonna roll a d20 on him, and he's gonna explode.
gosh, that's true.
No, I'm just gonna. He's just chilling.
I
He was in there to start.
Still
with.
don't think
so-
you'll be able to save him with the dice tray.
Trapped in my endless stream of thought, I realized
So
that the
small.
weapon is the scimitar is a greater striking than missing damage.
It is in fact critical strike. Another die in there. Yep, it is a big sword.
That's where I'm stuck in my prison of my own mind.
As this last one, these whinnying sounds and this thing's errant lopsided flapping disappear amongst the leaves and the boughs. You are
Yeah.
left here with nothing but the sound of the woods around you, and the statue perched precariously on the edge of this branch that is MD.
Okay. Now I would like to roll the thinking check.
Give me occultism.
Can I also think?
Do I give it to you, or do you?
You can. This isn't identifying a creature. You can't like be critically wrong on this, so you guys can
I'll
just roll.
also do it.
Give me some
moved him,
thoughts.
Yeah, he's up here.
Okay, I didn't want to roll on it. I was like,
No, this is a crime scene. We can't move you.
I got a 19.
I
I know
got
he's a statue.
He's a rock now.
35.
35.
25.
Rock looks like
Occultism, right?
The 19, he's a rock. With the 25 on what you've done, this is not a lingering effect that could easily be dispelled. With the 35, you know vaguely what petrification is. You know it is fantastically difficult and risky to undo. It takes very specialized magic that would functionally do the opposite of what happens to him in the first place. And it's got just about as much a chance as turning him into a heap of flesh and blood than it does restoring a living, breathing MD. This is a fate that not many come back from.
What if we just call it? Like, what if we just all wake up?
Now,
call-
sometimes
How is he gonna wake up?
petrification is temporary is a strong word, but it's less permanent. Some inflicted by creatures, cockatrices come to mind, can wear off given some time, but he looks pretty resoundingly well and truly petrified. If it's going to wear off with time, it's probably going to be more in the scale of months, if not years, than minutes.
Can I use a common sense roll to determine why a predatory creature would turn something it wants to eat
It
into
eats rocks. It's got big square chomper teeth. It eats
Oh.
rocks.
It eats frogs.
It's like a
So-
cockatrice, yeah.
But if we wake up and then we wake up MD in the real world.
That's kind of what I'm wondering.
Yeah, because we could just
Well-
call it.
Out of the corner of your eye, you see movement where your branch connects to the trunk of an inconceivably large tree. It looks at first like the bark itself is shifting in the shadows before you realize they're creatures. Small creatures,
Do they look like Zoogs?
not much bigger than a rat, moving in the dozens. And as you see them there, you also see them emerging from around and underneath leaves, around the outside of the branches, coming in from nooks and hollows where your branch splits into so many more as it extends out into the air. There are an uncountable number of these tiny little green and blue rat-like things emerging all around you. Some of them clinging with their little beady claws to the edges of the branch just below the statue where the rest of you are standing. Some just pouring out, all of them looking at you, but none of them coming that close.
Are these like the blue rats we saw in the asylum?
They look exactly
Guess
like
what?
the
Oh
blue
my
jars
gosh!
you saw in the
In the-
asylum.
Yeah,
You
like the
have all
furnace
seen
area.
a Zoog before, though it was long, long ago.
Wasn't it like 3 weeks?
like a month.
One stray creature hiding under a boiler when first you woke in the
Oh my
asylum.
gosh.
And now there are dozens of them
That was like
around
episode
you.
2.
It was like
Yeah.
episode 2
Oh my
that
god.
you saw a Zoog. As they all gather around the edges of the bow, around you and the body of your kill, this huge lizard-like horse beast still slumped dead. Many of them form a small circle around that. They seem to be looking at each other, chittering, communicating in some way. Before the ones around the body start to emit a strange rhythmic sound, almost like a chant. Chonk, ga, chonk, ga, chonk, ga. And it spreads. It spreads through the crowd of Zoogs until a chorus around you rings out from all these little creatures, all now facing you, their heads up. Chonk, ga, chonk, ga, chonk, ga. Bumping and moving as one as
I'm gonna
they
cast
go.
musical accompaniment. Have like
Yeah.
big drums. Dum, dum, dum.
They get louder, and it continues. until one you notice walk towards the crowd at the far west, a little bit larger than the rest. One that has a streak of paint coming up from its strange, almost mole-like nose between its eyes and ringed around the top of its head. It plods forward on its four little legs, approaching within about 10 feet of EZ before it stands up on its hind legs and puts up its little paws. And as it does, the chant stops.
We're talking like
Now this
a
thing
foot
is
tall
like a
thing,
foot tall.
right?
It's a rat.
I bow.
It's a slightly larger rat.
I bow deeply.
This is my kind of society.
It's little to you.
Yeah.
Like it comes up to your knees.
Yeah.
Like it's a little dude.
I kneel and bow deeply.
It looks at you and across the group.
Little bow. Hello.
We Zoog acknowledge the hunters who have slain the rock beasts.
It turns around, looks back at the crowd, still silent, back around to the rest of you.
You, heroes of Zoog, we Zoog.
And he drops down to all fours and puts his head on the ground. And the closest thing it seems like he can do to a bow. But given his quadrupedal nature, he sort of just kind of lays down and puts his head down. He picks it back up.
We Zoog offer boon. Bring forth bag of strange thing.
Ooh. Bag. Strange thing.
Bag of strange thing. Bag of strange thing.
One like you walked woods before. Large man of queer shape, long like you. He is gone, but we have his bag of strange things.
So stupid he left his stuff.
You see like 5 Zoogs in a line, like pallbearers, with what just looks to be a belt with a couple of leather pouches, ornate, borne aloft atop them as they approach. But would like this strange bandolier.
A bandolier.
Easy is the closest. It will be brought to him.
Oh.
You can unfold this once for what is immediately handed to you here.
There's something hidden in the pouches, but they all appear empty.
Just taking it, you can tell. You don't know how. A feeling imprinted upon you from the pouches themselves that there is something inside. But yeah, they appear to be blank. There's nothing in them.
Can I think about MD and his plight, and then just reach in the bag?
You think,
Ooh, that's a good guess.
you reach in, still nothing.
That's a good guess.
I bow deeply.
Zoog hope this is worthy tribute for saviors of the high leaves. We are Zoog. What are you?
I'm easy.
Easies!
Okay.
Zoog thank for service. You leave now?
We're looking for a pard.
Pard.
Yeah.
And at that, there is a murmur. Goes through the crowd. Pard, 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 pard. They all whisper amongst themselves. You see them get visibly excited. And again, he puts his little hands up,
The hunt continues.
and they stop.
You know of Pard.
Yeah.
Where?
No, we were looking for
Well,
it.
we
We
were
know
gonna
of.
ask
we,
you.
yeah.
Pard, our domain of Zoog. Zoog feast upon Pard. Their flesh, delicious.
Let us feast.
Feast.
Pard gone.
Oh.
We ate.
Is there
Right
more?
there- yeah.
You have the tail.
Where?
I don't know. Where'd you find the
actually,
last
we're
one?
asking you that.
Yeah, where was the last part?
And you see even their chieftain gets visibly excited
Yeah.
at the theoretical concept of more parts.
Yeah.
No. No more Pard. We ate. We have bones. We have toes. We have tails.
Oh.
No food.
Tail. You got
Yeah,
tails.
We can get. I mean, can we borrow a tail?
Pard's tail. No meat. Cannot eat. Dead food.
It might lead to another part.
We want it
I like
as
to use
a
it as a
trophy.
toothpick.
He kind of looks you up and down.
The small one is wise. The understanding.
it's about time somebody. Yeah.
Small one.
I like you.
Perhaps Zoog can offer trade for further aid. Bard's gone and Zoog hungry. Zoog hunted by horse demon. One horse demon slain. This is good. But Zoog need more food. Zoog trade old food for new food. He turns back to the crowd. Krav Godon! And all of the crowd is together. Krav Godon! Krav Godon! Krav Godon! As they all bounce.
I'd imagine it's a lot
They're
more
just
squeaky.
going. It almost looks like they've forgotten that you're even here as they're all getting excited about whatever the hell that is. MD,
Crocodon.
still a statue.
I'm just an
Aren't you glad that
NPC
you-
in the crowd right now. Leave me alone.
You would see some of the Zoogs, the circle coming in closer here. Some of them scampering around MD, around the feet of the statue, kind of sniffing around. And a little line of them, almost like a trail of ants, forming between the corpse of the horse demon, as they call it, and the statue of MD. And you can see they're gathering around the wounds in this thing, sticking their hands in, and bathing their paws and their arms in this thing's blood. And then turning, putting their hands together, and basically rubbing it on each other, and turning and getting more. It's a weirdly ritualistic act
Crowd go down.
while the rest of them chant. But you notice this kind of spreads down the line as they rotate, and they are anointing the statue of MD with this thing's blood.
I will join the line.
It can only really reach his feet. But it looks almost like a minor pilgrimage, like an act, like you would a religious act. Where you perform to a deity. The godlike statue of MD, confused, looking at his spear.
The god is constantly confused.
And a hero point emerges forth. From Mr. Foxhound Serve for easy as an apology for the last time I tried to be nice.
Oh man.
Stay in the fight. Get up.
He don't like to do that.
They are still chanting Krav Godon. Krav Godon. Krav Godon.
Speaking to the leader, Zoog.
Does Zoog know how to fix our friend?
You don't?
No.
Wait.
Does this work?
The blood of horse demon cleanses their filth. It softens.
Good to know.
And I'm gonna
What was that?
I'm gonna
Working on something?
pull out my hatchet that I've had for quite a while, and just use it to chop the head off.
Oh, fair enough.
Much larger.
Big piece.
Yeah.
Lot of blood. All right, you
Use
have
it
a
like
head.
a
And,
loofah.
I'm just gonna go over and just like squeeze it out and like, start rubbing it on him with the bloody bit.
MD, from this void alone, you start to feel wet and warm
Oh, it's gotten worse.
and sticky.
It's gotten way worse.
It's somehow worse than mind jail.
Well, now
As-
you're in mine jail and you can't roll over.
This blood
You're just
You
laying
know
in your-
nothing, feel nothing, just that you're wet.
and warm
sticky.
and sticky. Moist,
That's
if you
far
will.
worse than death. That really is.
He's
Tackled by a bunch
moist,
of 5-years-old after they ate candy.
humid.
You feel small claws and wet fur tickling across your feet and your legs as these Zoogs crowd around you, and you feel this thick blood roll down you as the world very slowly starts to come back into focus. As bathing in the blood of the horse demon reverts the petrification.
I miss my mind prison.
And you,
You wake up
from
to-
nowhere, wake up to this cult ritual of tiny blue and green rats anointed in blood, rubbing it into your toes. It is going back and forth.
Looks like
While
I'm
Trey
about to put a horse head on you.
pulling out this thing's head all over you. A villain point for further villainy from Hermagistus. I have 2. Thank you. And the chanting of Kravgodon. Welcome to the
Easy
party.
and Cam, you're just like dancing.
All right, that checks out. Trey, what happened?
Petrification.
Yeah.
Blood fixes it.
Gross. And the rat, the Zoog?
Zoog.
Zoog.
We're easy now.
Easies will follow the sun,
Why are we
The
following
sun!
The sun,
The
crab
sun!
go done.
and far beyond where it sleeps. In the low leaves, they will find the nest of Kravgodon. They will bring us a feast. And in return, they will have tales of the pard left behind. Bones, even if want.
Yeah.
We don't need bones, useless.
Make it
Like
good.
tails.
And you can just gnaw on the bones.
There's a good stew you can make. You ever had stew?
Bones hard. Like rocks. No flavor, just bones. All of the good bits have been chewed away by Zoog.
What about the marrow in the bones?
You've never broken open a bone, have you?
Boiled it for a while.
You get the marrow
What is
out.
this of which you speak?
Oh, we're gonna have a good feast. Don't you even worry.
There's
about it.
juice inside the bones.
He turns back to the crowd.
The easy claims bones contain juice.
And there is just silence across the crowd.
We will forgive this heresy for their valor.
He turns back.
Right.
But no bones bad.
Okay.
Fair enough.
Like Kravgodon. But Kravgodon also delicious. Kravgodon, like horse demon, too big for Zoog to hunt. We do not hunt that which is bigger than us because they are bigger than us.
I've never let that stop me.
Well, that is good because they are also much bigger than you
Yes.
and much bigger than horse demon
Oh.
and probably bigger than 2 horse demon.
I don't like
That's
that.
terrible.
Do they also turn to stone like horse demons?
No Zoog has returned to tell tale from Kravgodon Nest.
Oh.
We
Sorry.
found Toe once.
How do you know they taste good?
We found Toe once.
How do you know they taste good?
We found toe from it was Kravgodon toe.
Oh, not like one of your
crab
toes.
cabon. Okay.
It was divine. Stories are told of its flavor,
Oh,
of
yeah.
its supple taste, its leathery skin.
Oh man.
All right then.
Kravgodon is large. We thought once we had found whole of dead beast and prepared feast. It was not dead. Many Zoog lost that day. It was sleeping. We cannot take such risk again. But you, slayer of horse fiend, for tail. Yes.
Yeah.
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 Yes!
Crab go down. Go down.
Krav go done! Krav go done!
Throughout the crowd.
Basically, you and I are gonna have to go kill a dinosaur.
It is no dinosaur. It is a large creature of fur, teeth, and a very naked tail.
Yeah.
The most sinful of things.
Do you know what a
What?
dinosaur is?
That's like a third of the dinosaurs.
And it is
Yeah,
here
it sounds like a lot of dinosaurs.
that we will take our midstream break as we
Fun
prepare
fact: Galarian has dinosaurs. Just
to
there.
go and hunt
Fun fact.
of the Kravgodon. The Zoogs have anointed us their holy champions, and in exchange for a tail they don't even want, we will slay these beasts,
Seems fair.
whatever they are. When we
The
return.
alternative is we slay the Zoogs.
No.
I just have to
Would
find
never.
the part
Would
tails.
never.
We're gonna stand up, stretch our legs. Feel free to get some snacks, refill your drinks, check out some of our sponsors. Maybe Norse Foundry, Eldritch Foundry, Arkenforge, all three of those places. you can use code UGT Show to get some sick discounts that help support us as well. Easiest way you can get some cool stuff and also support our show. Or if you want to check out our Patreon or our Ko-fi, where we have bonus content, after-hours shenanigans we record after every one of our adventures. That's pretty cool too. It's only $5 a month. The most direct way you can support us, save for these villain points and hero points and wheels and woes that are coming through right here. We'll be back in about 10 minutes, everyone. Don't go too far. The real behind-the-scenes bonus content we need to have someday is the pre-show / whatever nonsense happens on our breaks.
5 seconds left, everyone's.
Oh, as soon as the camera's turned off and we went to stand up, we have a thing over here called the skateboard. It's a desk extension, and she never locks it. So as soon as she stood up, the whole thing just dumped all of her cards.
We have met with the Zoog. A little more time speaking with these strange rodents of the trees would not give you much better information to go off other than to simply follow the sun. Them seeming confident that the Kravgadon nest would reveal itself to you. How that would be possible in a forest of this size, where you're crossing leaves and branches, and furthermore, how to even get there is, well, nigh unimaginable, as is this wood itself. But seemingly having little information, there's nothing left really to do other than to go. By now, the slowed effect from these partial petrification has worn off of everybody. A little application of some horse fiend blood could get the worst of that away, and MD is back with us, no longer a beautiful statue.
It's good skincare.
As you go to begin your journey through the woods towards these Kravgadons, let's quickly reintroduce our adventurers. We'll go the other way around this time. We'll start over yonder. You're yonder.
That's me.
Howdy,
My name's
Yonder.
Sully. I play Yonder. My name's Sully. I play Cammy, the itty bitty gnomish witch. Currently lathering on a little bit of that fiend blood just for good measure. Everybody else is doing it.
I'll be safe.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's like sunblock. You want to just kind of marinate.
I don't like that word. That was nope.
Marinating.
Nope.
No,
Wait,
marinating is what he was doing before he was unpetrified. Howdy, I'm Derp, and I marinated one of my friends in horse blood. I played Trey.
In real life.
That was I.
It's just this is not about the game anymore. This is a thing that happened. It's a hazing ritual.
Howdy, I'm Derp, and I play Trey, the hobgoblin frontline fighter with a pokey
Never
stick
join a
and a horse head.
You gonna be okay? The statue man.
He's been marinated.
I'm Colby.
Like emotional.
I play MD, the full-blooded orc that was once a full-blooded orc, then a statue, then got marinated in horsium blood, and is now a full-blooded orc again.
I thought you said horsium for a second.
Horsium. It's a new element. Spitting up rocks.
I am Kevin. I play Easy, and I'm just a normal human bard, and I don't want to deal with all this blood. I've just been sitting in a corner with a bunch of Zoogs, just going, Krav, go, down. Krav, go, down. Just keeping up all the hype.
Now, your fear, I guess, isn't so much blood specifically, but you do definitely feel a little uneasy, as I think anyone would, just given the quantity of what's going on over here. But it's really more like bloodletting, blood loss. Coming out of a dead body is just like gross, but it's not the same, really. It's phobias don't make a lot of sense, but you do definitely feel a little bit of it nibbling at the back of your mind. When last you came to the Dreamlands, you didn't. You had felt fully removed from that, and beyond that, you're certainly still fatigued. You certainly still feel tired. Perhaps overwhelmed by the absolute horde of Zoog. You had not, in a similar fashion, it hadn't exactly hit your little paranoia nerve, but there was a little bit of weird in the back of your mind as you talked to them. Again, something that wasn't there the last time you'd come here. But as you begin your journey The first challenge is to figure out how even to traverse these woods. It's easier than it would first seem. The leaves, the branches, the trees, the flora are so inconceivably large that near infinite lattices of natural bridges extend off into the distance, though it in some places requires clambering, climbing, and a little bit of the fear of the forest floor, who knows how far below, rising up very quickly to meet you should you misplace a step. It's surprisingly easy to work your way through the woods. And as we travel, what are you all doing?
Readying to knock one of those horse things
There's
out
at
of the
least
air.
one more of them out there somewhere.
I have Cammy on a child leash.
Hey, now hold on.
It's for your safety.
I don't. Is that?
If you're
I
half
get-
the height,
I would
is
like
the
a
fall
reaction.
Twice as far.
I would.
You get to turn
A
invisible.
leash?
A safety rope. I'm seeking. I'm keeping an eye out for anything dangerous. No,
Fair enough.
more scouting. Or are you scouting?
I'm readying a reaction.
Oh, I'm seeking. Straight up seeking.
Okay. And you're
Thinking.
thinking, using your brain, using your big brain here.
I'm too tired to do anything.
Oh boy.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Whoa. This is a wheel and a woe. A Roku-san coming in extremely hot here. Wheel, as I enjoy the Zoogs, always have, and their absolute adorableness combined with their magical abilities perhaps rubs off on one of the heroes. Maybe perhaps EZ with his various fears, as I felt bad. A woe, because I'm still evil, and I'm required to.
Oh my gosh.
Simply how it works. As you pick your way through the trees here, you're simply walking along.
Suddenly, wire lie.
Gosh.
Surprise!
I'll
No.
take that reaction to wake up. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Here is your wheel. As you're walking, picking your way through the canopies, easy, you feel someone drop something into one of your pockets. But it's not one of your pockets. It's one of the pouches of this belt the Zoogs had given you. There's something in there now. There's actually a bunch of somethings. You can unfold that one more time.
Ooh.
And I'm
Ask
just
the
going to
GM
give
for the
you
list.
Whoa, whoa.
all of this at once. I wasn't going to unfold that for a while. You were slowly going to get one at a time at random occasions, little bits of things from that list. But instead, I'm just going to give all of them to you right now. And that is a lot of level like 12 to 17 consumables this man just found in his weird little pouch.
I know.
One of them is a major
No, it's
alchemist
not
fire.
alchemist fire, is it really?
Yes. Yeah, there's two kinds of bombs here.
There are a lot of very powerful
Oh my
alchemical
gosh.
reagents in there.
I just look at it and I look at no one else.
No one else really like
I'm just
immediately knows this. You just feel there's suddenly stuff in these pouches.
Yeah, 'cause I'm
it
like-
was gonna be like I was gonna trickle these out over like 3 or 4 dream expeditions, but no, there you
Oh
go.
my
You can just have all of it.
And now the woe is the pouch disappears.
The woe is that I gave EZ
woe is
a
the
major alchemist fire.
The woe is
That's
now
only
hand
a
those
woe
back.
for me.
I'm just like too tired. I'm always at the back of the hike.
The woe is you drop one of
Then
those
I'm
bombs right now.
I'm gonna hold the woe for a minute
Oh, you don't have to.
because you're just kind of we're just traveling
There's
right now.
2 of whatever this thing's called. That's the woe.
Oh god.
Crab Lagoon.
But you make your way.
Rangoon.
Crab ring.
I can't remember what it's actually called.
Yeah, me either.
It's got one brain cell between the two.
Crab go done. Crab go done.
Crab go done.
Crab Rangoon.
Crab Lagoon.
You make your way through the
It's gonna make
trees,
me hungry.
and this forest is an impressive expanse. The sights that you see are just one amazement beyond the other. An assortment of bright colors wind all throughout these trees. Some leaves near glowing with neon pastel purples and pinks. Vines wound around some of these branches, thicker than buildings from most cities that you've visited. Bridges you cross, seemingly carved and built by hands smaller than an ant's to bridge some of the stranger gaps here. You hear the calls of animals that you cannot imagine what must be birthing them. You see birds, insects, wildlife of all sorts flitting around in the distance, ever out of reach. All small, none like this horse fiend that had first met you when you arrived.
Are we talking like jungle small or actually small?
Variety. The biggest anything you would see is maybe people-sized. Nothing larger than you, obvious.
A people-sized mosquito is still...
That's true. Horrible.
Oh, gosh.
It makes it difficult
That's terrible.
for you to keep an eye out for danger. It makes it feel nigh on impossible to determine what could be a threat, what could be interesting. Everything here is absolutely fantastical. A world so far removed from the mundanity of the material plane that it's beyond a story that any of you, save for maybe EZ, would be able to do justice retelling. But eventually, you come across one thing that catches your eye and is certainly out of place. You've passed through several sections of this forest over maybe an hour of travel, making a sizable distance and maybe only moving a few dozen trees through the woods. You've gone from this wide open forest to an overgrown mossy pile of vines, and now to a litany of plants that must surely be somewhat closer to the ground. Their leaves broader, more ferns than trees, but still nothing visible down below you. You walk bathed in the near blinding light of the sun overhead, with no canopy extending above you to shelter you. Moving towards the slightly brighter direction and further away from the slightly less bright direction. It's difficult to see much of anything beyond what's under your feet just because of the light. But you notice, as you pass on a stem from one of these massive ferns, a stem so wide around it'd be better described as a trunk, what looks to be the figure of a person on a leaf down below you. Laying out, arms and legs spread as if they were simply sunbathing in the woods. A normal human person.
Nope.
Make me a perception check. Obviously, no one's going to trust this, my seeker.
Did we
At
rest with the
11.
Zoogs?
You would certainly have had some time to rest and heal up if you wanted to spend time before you left. I'm sure many of you were hurt. You could be at full
Lay
health for
on
sure.
hands.
Yeah, you could have lay on hands your way back to full health.
The worst thing that happened to me is I turned to a statue.
You didn't take any damage.
I
You
didn't
just
take
turned
any
into a
damage.
rock.
Actually, you're fine.
She didn't either.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, but we took a lot.
I rolled an 11 on the die,
I
plus
was
15 is a
fine.
total of 26.
With a 26, trying to narrow your eyes, shade yourself so you can see what's a little ways down below you. This leaf is a bit detached. You would have to follow this stem that you're on down to a junction, fork over, and then end up some 20 feet below you and maybe 30 feet off to the side to get to where this figure is. But he's not laying there willingly. He is bound there. Difficult to see from the distance and from the light. He is pinned and tied onto the face of this leaf. His wrists and his ankles wound around with a dull green rope, staked into the leaf by what look like massive, oversized, 2-foot-long thorns, pulled off of something akin to a comically large rose bush. If he's noticed you, or if he's even alive, he hasn't made any movement to make that obvious.
What's the plan?
About how far down is it?
It's like the leaf is about 30 feet away and 20 feet down. It's a pretty good distance. But you can see the stem you're on has a junction to it, like maybe 100, 200 feet forward.
Well, if he's trapped there, Perhaps he has useful information.
Yeah.
Probably gonna have to fight whatever pinned him there, though.
Or we could keep walking.
But we helped the Zoogs, and they gave us nice stuff, and they helped bring our, like, what if we just keep doing good favors?
Not everyone can wake up like we can.
You hear a voice in response to that that seems to come from overhead. They talk! They deliberate! All their ideas so equally terrible! They proceed, they fight! Why violence? Always violence!
Wait, we didn't cite a file.
You hear another voice, still up in the air, kind of off to the side, away from the leaf, just sort of giggle in response. It is what they do! The tall ones only know blood and blade and bite and claw! You don't see anything, but these voices do not sound like they're coming from far away. They sound like they're just in the air, just beyond arm's reach. But you, looking anything other than up is blinding because it's so bright out here.
And we just ignore the voices in the air.
Who's there?
Yeah, no, just ignore him.
What do we do with them?
You can just leave us be.
They intrude in our woods. They've no sense of place or reason or purpose. They think they own it all. They always do.
Nope, I don't.
We just want the crab rangoon.
Actually, we just want the part pal, whatever it was.
This is a sweeping generalization.
They speak tongues. They seek to confuse us. They plead. They beg. They confuse.
I do not have the intelligence to confuse anyone.
You're confused. Where you at?
Another voice. Each of these seems to come from another direction, another slightly different pitch. It sounds as if there's an entire crowd around you, speaking in turn that you just can't perceive. You can't look up, and try as you might, shielding your eyes, desperately searching for whatever this is. You don't see them.
Let's just ignore them.
Yeah,
they're just gonna be the
ignore 'em.
peanut gallery, and that's fine.
I'm just gonna start walking towards the guy.
Yeah.
You're walking down towards that fork. They ignore us. They move. I thought their kind always wanted to fight.
Blah blah blah. Not listening. Blah 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 blah.
Can
Fighting
I try and
hurts.
read aura? Would that do me any
Yeah,
good
you could
here?
try, but you have nothing to target.
I
You
mean,
don't
yeah,
know like what you're
I'm
really
kind of just like
feeling for. You start throwing and
it's
reaching it.
cantrip. I'll just keep sending it until I hit something.
We think it
Trying to
can't
360 no
see us.
scope.
Are they blind? How do they travel the leaves blind? How do they walk? How do they find their feet? How do they not tumble to the ground below?
Tumble to the ground below.
Shoot yourselves!
In response to that, you would see a bit of the light somehow get even brighter. It would glow to a level where it's painful. And this little mote of energy would just shoot down towards Cammy. Everybody make me an initiative. Roll me initiative at this point. Just see what we're doing here.
Is this happening before initiative, though?
This would be initiative is everyone's reaction to this. So if you beat them in initiative, then yes.
And yes.
Okay.
Otherwise, no.
Okay.
24 for me.
24.
27.
27.
I was buffering for a
MD.
second.
19.
19. That's very blinding.
8 plus 14, 22.
22. And these weird little fellas.
Just some little guys.
What did you get, Cammy?
I got a 27.
26.
Yeah,
So yes,
nerds.
It is happening. It is, in fact, happening before initiative, as far as you're concerned.
Is it
you
gonna
are
hurt?
first as you see this. It is not going. It is not going to hurt you. Yeah, it is going to hurt you, actually.
Okay, cool. I'm going to try and blip out of existence for a second. We'll just see.
We have a hero point from Iroka-san Trey, because I might as well round it out to 100, and because we're looking for Crab Rangoon.
I do not disappear.
You could re-roll it.
In their places.
No, it's okay. I'm going to need... I only got one. Plus, I'm not gonna spend hero points on the thing I've only gotten to work twice.
But it is your turn.
Called foe. I'm coming for you.
Looking up at this mote of light, you can barely make out, almost blinding, a tiny little humanoid shape. Maybe
Fireball.
2 feet high, a little smaller than you, with wings almost shaped like a dragonfly's, fanning out behind it. You don't know what it's doing, but whatever this is, it's emanating out from this little creature. Its wings fluttering fast like a hummingbird, and this surge of light is coming towards you.
Okay. Well, that's gonna happen to me.
Is that
I tried to disappear. I did not. So.
You have a turn if you want to do anything. It's
Oh,
up to
I
you.
still
It's
thought
like-
this was happening.
No, you won initiative.
No,
so
you want
got a
initiative.
reaction.
Like this is
we
however
go.
you want to
Get
respond.
wrecked.
However you want to respond to this. Like it is you have a full turn if you want to do anything.
So is it coming towards me?
It is just flinging this thing at you. This little ball of light at you. Yes.
I want to understand the order of the actions here. Can I step to the side?
Well,
Like it's
I mean, it's clearly like throwing it. So
Okay.
like when
You
it
get to
gets
react
here,
first.
It's not-
It's gonna.
okay.
It's obviously throwing this at you.
Okay.
It basically.
Yeah, basically,
Thought it was
yeah,
in, like,
you're
Matrix
reacting.
time
You,
for a
you can
second. I
like
was
see
like-
it, so you're reacting to it. Clearly, getting ready to pitch something at you.
Combat has effectively started.
Okay.
Yeah, if you want to do it, it's entirely up to. You don't know how hostile or not these things are. That's up to you.
Okay. Well, if that's the case, I feel like it's a pretty good time to. I'm going to stare down this little guy, and as soon as he finally comes into focus, I'll be like, "There you are." I'm gonna needle of vengeance. So when he hits me on his turn, he's gonna take damage.
He
You
has
called your
exposed,
shot. Okay.
That's fair. Understandable.
He has exposed himself. Battle cry.
This is a basic
That's
will
true.
save for him.
Okay, basic will save.
Probably not on a 5 on the die.
31.
31. That's fine. He'll just take less than he would, but he's
Okay,
still
he's
taking
regular
some.
success, yeah.
It's still gonna happen.
And he's a little spooked.
No,
What is it?
it's a 5 on the
Oh,
die.
never mind. So that's you have what? 2 actions left?
Yes. So I look at him and I point at him and I say my little quip, and then I'm going to run. And I'm gonna go behind MD. Do you still have the leash that you were gonna tie around me?
Yes. I thought you didn't want the leash.
Actually, I'm just gonna tie myself in for my last action.
Okay. You would all
Behind.
see.
Behind, like full line,
Oh,
line
like
of
diagonal
fire.
behind,
Yeah,
alright.
no, that's where I want
You
to be.
would see this thing flutter forward, up, just in the air as it approaches, following after you, giggling, as it flips this mote of light down towards MD. It is a hit roll. It is a 28.
Yep.
I
Yep.
needed to move.
So this orb comes towards you, and you take 9 points of force damage.
Oh, actually,
Whatever
I
it is,
was
it like hurts.
Ow.
It hits with a surprising impact, almost like a flashbang that bursts across the branch in a blinding white light, right in MD's face. Make me a will save.
I rolled a 16 on the die. That's a 29 total.
You're totally fine. It's not the blindness so much as you see this thing almost explode in tiny golden sparkles. But you realize they're not necessarily... Well, I don't know if not real is the right word. They're there. They're a physical object, but you can will them away from you. And these things float and settle around the branch. And you hear this thing cackle and giggle, and then flutter off away from you and disappear again back into the light. You can hear giggling and cackling all around you. Trey, you can't see anything.
How bad is it?
Like getting punched by Cammy.
Is it over?
I'm ignoring it.
I will spend all 3 actions moving over to the guy. The guy who's
you.
pinned down.
move with 3 actions. I'll say climbing
75.
down the branch here, because you need to kind of get down the side. It's
Yeah.
pretty arced. I'll let you use 3 actions to get down to the stem that connects to this leaf up to the north end here where he is. At this point, this figure has become a little more alert. He's raised his head up. His mouth is bound by what looks to be a huge, thick piece of grass or something similar wrapped around the lower half of his face. And he's watching, a little panicked with whatever happens. He looks like a fairly scrawny dude. Very disheveled, dirty, blonde hair just sort of sat limply on his head like it was just plopped there. He looks at you as you approach the leaf and shakes his head in a panic. Easy.
Okay. So I'm gonna be like, insignificant peanut gallery that I cannot see. Hi. Oh, why'd you tie this guy? Does that bring you glee? And that's a little bit of courage. And then I'm gonna try. That's gonna like the glee kind of like a long vowel, and it's gonna be lingering composition.
Ooh,
Haven't tried
okay.
this yet, so let's see if it works. 19. Oh yeah, 19 plus 18 against. It's like a class DC
It's at the
performance
at
check.
level.
Right, so at level is 24.
Oh,
So, yeah. Absolutely
Blow that
clear.
away.
Absolutely
wait, so that's a
critically
critical
succeed. Yeah,
success.
critically succeed.
So
for
4
sure.
rounds, I have courage. So,
Solid.
and then I'm gonna take 2 actions. So yeah, go join up with Trey. I'm gonna go try to feed this person.
You can get up to where you need to spend an action to climb down to where he is.
Okay.
But up to the top of the branch, you can see this man just madly shaking his head towards the two of you.
Okay.
MD.
Really don't know what to do here.
They're everywhere.
Right then.
You hear giggling all around you. You're not. If it sounds like there's a dozen of these things.
Man, I can't see a single one of them.
You can make a perception check. You can't, for free, see a single one of them. No.
Well then, can I pick up Cammy and just jump off this branch onto that leaf?
We're jumping.
That's a big jump. But
I
yeah.
have catfall.
Okay.
I'm
Yeah,
a
but-
master.
You can. Yeah. One action to pick her up.
I know, but Cat
Two actions to long jump. You sure can.
Maybe I shouldn't have done it. I don't know. We're
Is that
jumping.
what you're doing? Yeah. Okay.
You have Castle.
I,
Give me the
I have catfall. She is on my. I am carrying
Yeah,
her.
Okay.
it's 50 feet less of a fall.
I'm a
True.
master.
You also have
Should
to
be 50.
land
Yeah,
on the place
I
you
have
want
it.
to land.
Yeah.
He picks up Cammy and runs
So
towards
scared
the
right now.
edge and leaps at this leaf. That's a solid from the edge where you're jumping. Like I said, about 20 feet to cleanly make it to the leaf here.
Yeah.
Give me an athletics check.
I'm gripping
Natural
on
20.
it.
Whoa!
Oh my
He
god!
does a backflip.
He sails through the air and lands on the leaf, where you immediately see the stem of this fern snap and break as the leaf drops. And Trey and Easy see this just in time to look down and see this stem has been cut through like 80% of the way. So it was just barely still clinging to the plant.
So it just falls in front of me.
It just right in front of you snaps and falls, tumbling down into the void. The pair of you fall 100 feet,
Okay. Castle subtract.
tumbling down.
50 feet.
You take 50 points of falling damage.
Okay.
You take 25 points of falling damage from catfall before you land in the nook of a bough of these ferns down below.
Does
But you
Guardian
land
Aegis do?
Hey, yeah.
Yeah, it
I
does
took some
actually.
damage, and I think I'd like for you to have some.
It takes 4 less.
You son of a gun!
take 4
I
less.
was fine. Safe.
But
only
you
take
land
46. You're okay.
into a strange, crumpled, purple and yellow, mottled section of what looks like bark. But as your body crunches into it, it puffs out with spores and ooze, and I need both of you to make fortitude saves from the bed of
I'm gonna kill
extremely
you. Okay.
poisoned mushrooms that you just
Fine.
fell
How much
down
did I
into.
get back? What was my discount?
4.
It was just 4.
And
And a
crossing
fortitude
into
save.
gaming,
I'm gonna
thank
kill
you
you
for the
dead.
raid.
You want to wake
Perfect
up? This
time
is your
to
warning.
show up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fortitude
Fortitude
saves.
I'm just holding on to
Is
Trey.
this
I'm like,
gonna hurt me?
Yeah.
Okay, let
Yeah,
the
it
pain
is.
Disappear. I'm gone. It hasn't happened once for ages.
Time to
Actually,
wink out. Here's your bones shatter, and then you wink out of existence for a moment.
before
Still need a
Can play
fortitude
this-
save though.
I can play this at any time, so before she takes fall damage, I just give her DR 10. I have
Okay.
Endure the
You
Onslaught.
take 10 less.
Yeah.
It's getting better every day.
Thank you, by the way, Scott.
It's only
from South
36
Dakota.
total.
So now I'm
Um,
back up to 40. That's
Until
not-
the start of my
okay,
next
that's
turn. she
better
has
than
DR
it was.
10.
That's
Okay,
for sure.
I still need the fortitude saves.
Oh, I got a 22.
I'm
22
gone.
is a regular
Except for I
failure.
do have to still go.
Because that gives you some
but I
more
was so
resistance.
excited.
Yeah, I was like, that helps. So this is a separate thing. So you can get the resistance for that
Okay,
against. That was
so
the
I'll get
resistance
a
against the
plus.
falling damage, and this is against the toxic mushrooms.
So that's gonna be 30.
Regular success. You'll take half.
Is it DR 10 everything?
Yeah. Just DR 10.
Oh,
So you'll
okay.
take half minus 10 minus 4.
How long does that take?
And
Or
I'm
that's
still,
for that.
and
It's
I
for one
also
round.
have resistance from blinking out. So I'll have DR 18.
MD, you're going
You
to
only
take
get the biggest.
31
Biggest.
points of poison damage. Cammy is going to take 15 points of
You'll take
poison
5.
damage. If that's till end of round, then yeah, if you still have the 10
Yeah.
and 5.
Because he takes 4.
Oh,
You
because
take
you also
one.
and
You
then
take
oh,
one.
Whoa.
You take one.
Okay.
So you would take 35 then.
Okay, I'm so sorry, but that doesn't stack with the DR that I get from
No.
blinking. Okay, so I take 1, but I'm mad about it. I reserve
Well,
the
you
right.
still took 46 from
I
falling.
reserve
so
the right to be a little
so 36. You
sassy
took
about it, to be a
36.
little upset. To be.
Yeah, so order of operations, you
Yeah,
get 2
that's-
resistances, and his thing is not resistance, it takes 4 damage.
Cammy,
So you only get the greatest resistance.
you are 100 feet down.
Awesome.
It's not as bright down here.
Okay.
You are in a very toxic gas
Oh,
that is
cool.
coming out from the two of you that have landed in this rigid fungus across this bow. It's clear that it was, you look around, it was grown or brought here. It was placed underneath that leaf. This was literally all a setup. Now, the leaf also fell down.
Okay.
And as it landed, the thorns that were trapping that other man, whoever it was, broke, and he too was tumbled onto this, and he is unconscious. He's down here with you.
I mean, I feel like I should care more about him right now, but I was so mad that I'm down here. I feel like when you say that, that should mean something to me. But I gotta tell you right now, it don't. I want to go back upstairs.
What's your plan?
I don't know.
100 feet of canopy.
I don't know how to get upstairs. Are there people? Are there anything? Just gas and that guy who's unconscious.
You can start working your way up. If you wanted to start just trying to take an easy, if you wanted to go an easier way up, it would take you 2 full rounds at least to work your way back up to that branch you fell from. And it's also going to need a climb check.
What do I look like? An idiot? That's a point. Is it gonna be either a -1 or a +2? I'm not doing that.
Well, you're in the pit.
Well, you know what? I don't know. I'm gonna. He's over there. He's away from me.
The guy, yeah, he fell off the leaf. Because you guys fell straight down, the leaf kind of tumbled, so he's probably like 15 feet from you.
Okay, I'll go over and I'll stabilize him. I walk, I stabilize, 2 actions. I give a mean glare to MD, free action. That's my turn.
Make me a fortitude save, as you are still in the gas.
Okay, will this hurt?
Yes.
Okay, so I'll try and disappear.
Maybe for simplicity's sake, I should just roll it. The total damage is 3. So maybe
It's
just
a 1, I didn't disappear.
maybe just take the 3 damage and we'll save the saving. I don't feel
I'm
like
gonna
this is
save.
worth 2 dice gates.
It's a lot.
It's 2d6. Like,
Okay then. I'll take 3.
if you rolled
You'll take
high,
none.
then take 1. I don't know.
I'll take none.
Yeah.
Yeah, he will take it.
No,
MD will
DR
take
Oh,
it.
if it's 3, then no.
No, she still has the
Oh, you
R10.
still, yeah, until the end of the round. Okay,
Yeah, until
so never mind.
until sorry, my
Well,
next
yeah, you're
turn.
good then.
I got you.
Up top,
This is such a
there's
screwed
the
up turn. This is the
cackling.
worst turn I've taken the entire show. I did nothing.
Up top, Trey and Easy just sort of standing there as they watch your friends drop into the void and land, and you just see down below
That
this
would have been us.
purple cloud.
Like
I
5
saved,
seconds.
saved easy.
You still hear cackling and giggling up here. The fools! The idiots! They just dove! He jumped free! They shook his head, he said no, but down they fell! You hear another voice. Go with them! Go with them! They're your friends! They need help! And you feel a tiny little pair of hands on your back. Easy. What is your fortitude DC?
Okay.
Tiny little
they
fairy's pushing you.
invisible?
He appears pushing, so you wouldn't see him until he's already making an
My
attack.
fortitude DC.
Yes,
So it's
because
saving throw plus.
it's saving throw plus tanks. It's athletics against your 4 DC to shove you.
Okay. And then if I have a -1 to my saving throw, that also counts. To
Yep.
Okay, I'm tired, and they're pushing me, and I'm at the edge. It's 11. So plus 11. So
I was like,
yeah,
I was
so
like,
21.
I was like, it cannot be 11.
Yeah.
Your fort save is not 1.
Yeah.
You are 8th level.
The good news is there's like 3 different checks that has to happen before you fall down there.
Yeah.
You have to be shoved. You have to successfully fail to grab a ledge.
I don't
and
know,
then
man.
you
In my experience, it's pretty easy to get down there.
10.
They're so tiny. Oh,
It is very small.
it falls
It
prone.
is a tiny
It falls
little thing.
prone.
It goes to shove you, and you kind of reactively push back, and you hear, "Wah!" and this thing hits the bark, and immediately rolls over and goes to fly away, which that provokes if you want to swing at him.
No.
And then as it flitters off again,
Why are we holding punches?
it disappears.
Oh, I'm not.
It disappears into the light. And you hear the giggling and cackling still all around you from all of these. He's too big! He's too big! Force him down! Acrobus, loose him! And then this again, you see a big mote of light generate, maybe like 30 feet back at the far end of the branch. But this focuses into a beam that rips out like a ray from heaven towards Easy.
A
I'm
ray?
This one is they just shot a laser at you, and it is
It's safe down here.
a natural 20.
It's safe down here.
Pew!
Okay.
It's
I used to have that.
You don't want to
card.
re-roll that?
lazy. No, I'm
You
okay
got,
actually. I got one.
It wouldn't
real-
be great
You're
if you rolled
supposed
it,
to use a couple of
and it
those
was a
on
20
easy,
again.
right?
Yeah.
Oh, I should have re-rolled the shove. Dang it! But it would have been funny. It's but it's like there's no way they need the natural 20. Like they have a 1.
Maybe.
Laser beam.
Are you ready to go down in a single hit?
Weirdly high roll. 44 points
Oh,
of fire damage as this beam hits and erupts across you. And you see another one of these little fairies back here cackling and giggling. He still doesn't fall! He still doesn't go! He'll stand and burn! And flies up into the air and fades out again. Gone. Trey, you still can't see any of them.
I'm going to climb back up
I just want action, not a climb
Yeah.
check or anything. It's just kind of making your way up this face.
and just ready
Villain point from Ghost of Azan for the nat 20 on the board.
to grab
Not
the
on the
next
board.
one that I can reach.
Go to what?
Ready to grab the next one that I can
Oh,
reach.
okay. The next fairy that shows up, just grab him by the
Yep.
face.
I'm going down there, and it's coming with me.
Easy.
Okay. Well, so I see them. They're 100 feet down.
100 feet down.
All right. Let me give this a
Now
shot.
you can see a path where you could climb down. It'd probably take you like 2 turns and a pair of climb checks, but
Does the way down there seem like the way also to the?
I mean, you're trying to go
Go down.
that way. Down is not that way. The way to where you need to go is just continuing on across the top of these planets where you are. It seems like the easiest. You'd probably have to come right back up afterwards, but
Yeah, and I'm probably not a big help going down. Unless, because MDs are just sideways, but not dead.
MD's just laying on the ground in a Peter Griffin broken leg pose.
I'm like,
Can't fall this idiot. I'm feeling great.
Okay. They have a way up. I was gonna try to make them a ladder or something, but they got it. I was gonna use illusory object or something, but I'm just gonna. So can I do an action to see them?
You can just see them.
Oh, I can see
Oh,
them.
the fairies.
The fairies.
Give me a perception check.
12 plus 14, 26.
26 is one action. As you look behind you, where are you looking? Pick a cone, basically. You're searching like a cone
know
or
where
an area. So either nearby or in a direction.
Because they blasted me with a ray.
They did blast you from like 30 feet back.
I'm looking from that direction.
Okay, looking over that way, you see the one that blasted you. Look like they just flitted back a little bit, and you can just barely make out translucent shapes of 3 of them that are back there near the middle of this branch together, all just giggling and pointing and laughing and kicking their little feet, having a great time.
Okay, so I'm going to. I don't have a ray. Yeah, I'm just gonna.
Now they are still like you can barely make them out. You can see where they are. 2 things. One, there is an action for hidden creatures in Pathfinder called Point Out. If you use one action, you can call them out to Trey, and Trey will also see all 3 of those without having to use an action of his own.
Okay.
2, they are still so hard to see that you would still have a flat miss chance against them, and it would be a 50-50. They're functionally invisible against the bright light.
Okay, well, one action is fine then. Other action, I'm gonna call him out to Trey.
He points these out, Trey, and you see 3 of them some distance back.
And then next action, I'm just gonna be like, "Oh, you try to give me a push? Nice try with that ray, but we're gonna make you pay. Today's gonna be your day. That's gonna be a bon mot." I'm just gonna.
These historically go great.
Oh gosh.
Did you roll a 1?
You really did, didn't you?
No way. There's no way it's happening again. The feat is
doesn't
cursed.
your thing make it go on fire?
No. Okay, so my equip is
you're
atrocious,
intrigued.
and I take the same penalty as if the enemy would have succeeded.
Von Mo's cursed.
For
Von
one-
Mo's cursed. It's a cursed
Not
feat.
in, yeah.
It's not show specific.
No.
It's not Riley
It's
specific.
universal.
It is Bon Mo does not work. It only rolls once.
Okay, so I have a -2 to minus. Do you have a
You
minus?
feel real dumb right about now.
Yeah, it wasn't.
Why do we keep trying to do it?
Now you hear more voices around you. You're pretty confident those 3 you're looking at are not all of them.
Oh no.
But the one that shot you with the ray turns to the 2 next to it. It threatens us. It insults us. It means to do us harm. Together we push them. And in a whoa from Iroka-san,
Okay, yeah.
all
Okay,
of them are gonna come in at once,
no.
and you're gonna feel a wave of little tiny hands. You can use your reaction either to AOO, one that you can see, or to just grab one as they appear.
Mine now.
Make me an athletics check. Grab the child.
Eat its whole head. Do it.
The child is mine now. That's a 19 on the die.
That's the DC.
35. It is pinned. The child is mine now.
19 is the DC. Yes, so you like a squeaky toy. You just and it yelps. Not enough to stop the rest of them that shove the pair of you
Oh my
also tumbling over the side. So as we come to MD, as you're looking around, you look up and you see Easy and Trey just falling through the air.
Joke's on you. I was going to jump down with it.
Well, that's perfect. This is exactly what you wanted. You both take
So glad that somebody wants to be down
50
here.
damage.
Yeah.
What?
You both take
Yeah,
50
you take
falling
50 when
damage.
you fall from
Yeah.
there.
As you hit the
you
ground
still up?
from this 100-foot fall. And you immediately, you all see Easy, you hear his head crack against the side of the log. He is out. Stress check for everyone else.
I got a 7.
I got a 7.
17.
A little stressful. Trey, holding on this little fairy, boom, slam it, it's dead. It's dead. It's just
Eyes bulge out. Like,
it just pops into light and golden glitter that just floats through the air for a second and settles like confetti as the two of you land on the ground, super dead. MD.
I'm down on the ground just facing you.
Everybody's here now.
The true threat is fall damage.
MD is laying on the ground next to Easy, kind of looks over, takes his hand up in the air, swirls it around, and collects water out of the air. I'm going to cast Rousing Splash as a cantrip
Rousing splash.
on Easy. It gives him 4d4 temporary HP. It gives him some other effects, but
Does temp HP wake you up?
does it not?
I don't know.
Because your health-
It's not healing.
But
it's like,
putting
it's
your
a
health above
rousing
0.
yeah, I'll give
It
it
is
to you. I
rousing.
don't. It's called rouse. I think mechanically raw. No, it doesn't.
If
But
you
it's called
allow it.
rousing splash. I'll allow it.
Yeah.
Because
you allow
it's
it,
like you're
two
putting an
people deserve-
overshield on his unconscious body.
Yeah.
I don't think
Yeah.
that
Just wake
actually
up.
wakes him up.
If you allow it,
But-
2 people this episode will be awakened from darkness to water.
We got a theme. We got to stay on brand.
He gets 12 temp HP.
Nice.
So you wake up to just a splash of water on the ground and look around. And looking up, you can see much more solid, much less translucent, even back against the light, the figures of 4 of these little fairies looking over the edge of the branch, peering down at all of you now in this cesspool of poison.
Hold your breath. I'm going to stand up.
You just woke up. Hold your breath.
You splash me with cold water and then say, "Don't breathe."
Yeah.
Waterboarding him. Oh my god.
Okay, rousing splash and stand up. Yeah, he's up. We're good. Cammy,
I don't know.
MD, you take 6 points of poison damage.
Okay, I take 6 points of poison damage.
Cammy.
Man, I don't know.
The fairies up above are cackling.
How high above are they?
100 feet.
Never mind. I don't know.
This is the episode Marius misses!
How many actions is it to submit? Like, I
You can just wake up.
don't have a single idea what to do about these guys. I will not climb up.
I refuse.
There's nothing. What do I do?
You can hold your turn. You don't know what's
No,
going on.
I gotta do something.
Well, do something. I'm holding
I
you.
don't know. I'm going to. You know what?
Is there a range on Needle of Vengeance?
I didn't sustain it last year. Otherwise, I
No, but you could put it on 3 of them.
on 3 just all of you.
Big. You can only cast 1 hex a turn.
Just
Yeah, I
start
can only
putting it
cast
on
1
them.
hex.
Yeah.
But I guess that I will just. Any of them look particularly beefy?
No.
One
Cool.
is just over in the corner.
Just
flexing.
one swole fairy flexing his pecs over the side of the branch at you. Like,
Whichever
one I
one
pushed easy.
Arcadis arbitrarily decides has bigger pecs, I will target that one.
all right, our technical assistant
no,
Arcadis
sorry,
will
that's
decide
also 30
which
feet.
fairy has. Just kidding. The size of the pecs is irrelevant.
Okay, you know what? Whatever. I'm tapping this guy with 8 HP with a level 1 heal. I'm gonna see if he has anything to say.
Okay. You have the level 1 heal. He was stabilized. He did immediately go back under from the poison cloud. So 8 HP.
You have a couple of seconds to tell me
Wakes
what
him
you
back
know.
up.
Stop. Don't breathe.
Coughing.
Look at me. Look at me.
Answer my questions,
breathe.
don't breathe.
He looks at you. What happened?
What happened? We fell.
Where are they?
They're up there. You're wasting breath.
He's a flatline. And he throws his hand up, and a little red bead sails up through the air like a firework.
Fireball.
The massive burst of fire.
I'm gonna hug him.
He casts Fireball.
Oh my
Up
gosh.
at the top of the branch.
I'm gonna hug him and cast Lay on Hands. I'm gonna be like, stay with us. Stay. I'm so serious right now.
He's gonna get 24 hit
Yep.
points back. And then he's gonna throw a fireball. I'm gonna roll a collective reflex save for the class. They're gonna get a 29. It's gonna be a regular success.
I don't think that'll matter.
They're gonna take half. Fireball's still 66 these days, right? For a standard level 3 fireball?
Yes.
Okay, they're going to take 9 points of fire damage. They're a little unhappy about it. They all kind of yelp and pull back, and you see this quick burst of fire fade as quickly as it appears. Cammy, you take 6 points of poison damage.
So you take 2 points of poison.
You take 2 points of poison
You just hear
damage, and MD
MD
takes 4.
coughing vigorously over there.
It burns! Very distant, tiny fairy voices. I can't see what's happening. It's too dark down below. Light it! Light it! And you hear another incantation, another ray of light shoots down from up high, because guess what's got well over 100-foot range? That one. Targeting nobody in particular. It's not a 6. Targeting nobody in particular. It's Cammy.
Hey, nobody in particular, right?
Random laser beam from the heavens.
This will hurt, right?
Sure will.
I want to go. Close. No cigar. All right. What's
31 to hit.
Okay, yeah, no, that'd do it.
That's
You're
a
not
regular
critting
hit, right?
me.
Regular
but-
hit. Regular hit. Regular hit. You're going to see a ray of, some would call it searing light, coming down from on high that just rips down, illuminating and a blinding glow for a brief moment the area down below before you take 14 points of fire damage.
And
I take
You take 10, and MD takes
And-
4.
as a
You're gonna
reaction, as I see this light come down, my hand reaches out towards Cammy, and where it hits, where the bark-like substance, when I would activate my emotional magic, would once come from the things that are guiding me, it appears where Cammy got hit. That's changed. The emotion is no longer anger, it's dedication. You get 4 temp HP. I get a bunch of benefits for spell casting towards Cammy. All my spells are automatically heightened when I target her. Or not heightened, but they automatically get reached. So, yeah, you get 4 temp HP on top of the DR4. Ouch.
It's pretty ouch.
Still coughing.
You would see a few more of
Oh
them.
my gosh, that's so. Oh my gosh.
2 more of these little fairies would pull up the motes of light that they had first thrown at MD and chuck them down into the pit, where they would sail a few dozen feet before fizzling out into shadow. You well beyond out of range of those, not even coming close to reaching any of you down at the bottom of the pit. I can't see! I can't see! What are they doing? Trey.
Gonna stow the spear and pull out the short bow that I've had forever.
Fair enough.
Oh yay.
And
Swappa.
it's a -2 at that range, so I'm just gonna pew
Okay.
3 times.
2 times.
What else am I gonna do?
You had to switch the 2 times.
15 times, as many times as I have to for them to die.
Until they are gone.
Exactly.
Give me 2 shots at pick a fairy. They're all
That
wildly
makes sense,
on fire.
but I'm gonna re-roll that nat 1 as I go
the
to pull
Bowie's
it
never
back
shot before.
and realize the arrow's not knocked. So I set it and
Embarrassing.
and then release it
Dude.
and missed
one
again.
again?
I missed the string again.
This man has clearly never fired a bow in his
Never.
life.
Another nat one.
He pulls it back and the arrow just kind of he just and the arrow just sort of tumbles out of the side.
And
And
you put the arrow in. You see Marius do it so fast.
Yeah,
He just thinks they appear.
exactly. So just kind of waiting for a second. Slowly grab the arrow,
-5.
put it in, aim higher than I think I should,
Well, let's focus on getting the arrow out of the bow first.
and then that's a 14 on the die, so 22.
with the -5.
Yeah.
With the -2 from
Yes.
range. 22 will hit. You get him.
And it is a +1 striking bow, so I get 2d6 flat. Or actually, no, I get +2.
Oh, composite
Weapon
bow.
spec.
Oh, weapon spec. That's cool. 2d6 + 2.
10.
Just gonna put a 1 in front of that 9. That's perfect. All right.
Yeah.
You shoot an arrow up and you hit one of these fairies, and you see the force of it literally pick it up and launch it back out of view onto the log. As we come around to Easy, and Trey takes 8 points of poison damage.
Okay. Well, I am dying, but I think I'm mostly really mad at these little fires. So I'm just gonna be like, all right. So we had a fall, but Trey will crumple you into a ball, We were only trying to help you in this whelp. Oh, the gall. And I'm gonna look at the one that pushed me, or the one I think probably pushed me. And I'm just gonna do, it's a scroll, I'm gonna do Phantasmal Killer. But
What?
I just want this one dead.
Easy's done. Done playing.
It's the only thing that's 120 feet range.
Yeah, absolutely done playing games.
First, I'm gonna do the Bon Mo as my one action, just to see if this gets a better chance of working.
Oh my god.
Okay, 17 plus.
I'm sure it works.
18.
It critically works.
Okay, so then that's a -3 to their perception and will save.
Okay,
for a
-3
minute.
to the will save. Oh, his.
Yeah.
Ooh,
So now make that will save against Phantasmal Killer.
17.
That's just a fail.
Doesn't crit fail?
Oh, it's one off from crit failing.
Regular
man.
failure.
All right, that's still 8d6 mental damage and frightened 2. 8d6. This thing probably doesn't have that much health, but it's gonna.
It's probably dead, but rolling a lot of dice is fun. So roll them. Throw them out there.
5 plus 5 is 10, 14. 14 plus that's 4, 12. So 14 and 12. 26 damage.
Is it the one that got hit with the arrow or a different one?
I think. I mean, it's whatever. It's.
We're just going down the
Whichever one
line.
pushed me. I don't know. I'm just angry.
We got pushed by all of them.
We'll put it on another one. It's a big hit.
like-
You see it grab its head and kind of like writhe and sink back behind the view of the edge of the branch here. You have you bond mode, so MD. Easy at the end of your turn. You take 7 poison damage.
Oh, okay, I should heal myself next time.
Ooh, right the dot.
Don't forget, we
How's-
all have emergency band-aid potions.
How's
Oh, and I got.
My man's got some emergency band-aid
How's
potions,
Cammy
I'll tell you
doing?
that.
How's Cammy?
yeah,
I'm less than half on health.
less than half?
A little hurt.
Why is Cammy?
A little hurty.
Why is Cammy?
Why is Cammy?
Where is-
Why is Cammy?
Down here? I don't know.
I couldn't tell you.
I wish somebody had an answer.
I've never seen someone regret a choice as much as like, MD, protect me! Whoop! Just literally jumps full-bodied into the trap.
Fine. She's fine. Way less health than her. I don't know what to do in this situation.
Do the thing you did last time.
I'm gonna fist because I just put it back into a fist. That's the scimitar's new default mode is fist. Think about hitting the pixie sprite with a ranged attack.
Okay.
Yep.
Pull into fist, you think about it. You cock back and you just swing. And you see the pixie is 100 feet away. The pixie is just in front of you getting cracked. And then you're back down in the pit.
Oh, that's so cool.
Give me an attack roll.
Whoa. 14 on the die for a 32.
cool.
Crits.
It's dead.
I'm pretty sure it's dead. Well, it's not flat-footed, so...
It's not flat-footed.
You know, I'll give it flat-footed just in the sheer shock. Like, there's no way I saw that one coming.
4, 8, 10, 15, 16, 32.
32? Yeah, you...
44.
You jump up and you just see your fist cracking through this thing's tiny little face, which is smaller than your fist.
Confetti.
Just
Same as the one
golden
I smashed.
confetti, and then you're back down in the pit. One of them is extremely dead.
I don't want one of these in the real world.
We'll get you one.
Okay. Promise.
I don't know what it is.
Same. I'm gonna walk over to Cammy with my last action.
Don't look at me.
You head over to Cammy as this guy on the ground, who suddenly has a pretty good. I like smiley face token. It doesn't come up very often.
We don't often get smiley face.
Let me grab a token for my guy.
How much poison
Doesn't have a
damage do I
bespoke
take?
one, so I'm gonna.
Huh?
How much poison damage do I take?
Just
Oh,
grab
when
this
my turn.
random
Oh, it's
one.
not my turn yet.
No, for my turn.
Oh,
Four.
your turn.
Okay, dokie.
How you doing, buddy?
Don't ask.
Suffering for the consequences of our actions.
I'm in single digits.
He
Go.
coughing.
Single digit.
You cast this lay on hands on him. He coughs and hacks. Hold on. And reaches out a hand and grabs you. If you take his hand, he will pull you in, like hold on to you.
Okay.
and you see bright flaming wings erupt out of his back, and he shoots up in the air.
I'm holding on so hard. It's happening to me again.
He shoots up 40 feet into the air.
Ready for another 100-foot
Still
drop?
kind of hacking, holding onto you, looks up at the fairies, sees one of them, pulls a hand back, and raises it up, and you see just a gnarled shoot of spikes shoot up out of the branch underneath it towards the fairy.
I'm just holding on to him like, oh my gosh, dude, you're so cool. I can't. You're incredible.
It shoots. The fairy just dips aside from this as he's kind of losing focus on that. That's all he's got. Cammy, you are now 60 feet from them.
I'm 60 feet from them. Well, it's funny because I found something that's over 100 feet. It's calm emotions.
No, they're not leaving this alone.
He was blind. I'm killing him. Sorry.
I'm gonna rub their
piece
blood
is no
all over
longer
my
an option.
skin.
Oh gosh, because I mean, we actually maybe. I don't know, man. I want to be done.
It feels pretty hot. His little wings here look like they're just made of fire. They're clearly spectral. It's not like a biological thing that came out of him.
Let's
this
talk
is
about
a
where
spell.
I am right now.
Yeah. Well, he's holding on to you. He's got one hand up. He cast that spell. It didn't hit. He's got wings that are, again, just crafted from, like, little jets of flame. They're not like feathered angel wings. It's just gouts of fire that shoot up from his shoulders and curve downwards. It's almost more akin to, I guess, a jetpack than wings. But this superheated air cycling behind him he's using to fly like wings.
How does he look? Because I don't want him to go down right
I mean,
now.
he looks like he has as much health as you gave him. -6. So he's
so freaked out
he's
right
definitely
now, dude.
pretty hurt. He's got to lay on hands in him. That's about it.
Okay. Man, there's so many people who need my help right now.
I did not. The pit claims all. I thought at worst one person would fall in the pit. It was a great woe to put everyone in the pit.
It was going to happen
The
regardless.
pit claims all.
I just took the preemptive blow.
Back to the pit.
I mean, they're not really hitting us anymore.
They are a little confused. The one of them is very dead. Two of them are quite injured. And one of them is just like looking back and forth like, this isn't fun anymore, guys.
Yeah, one of them has frightened too.
All right.
But yeah, he's like,
Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm going to call for Greenie, who kind of comes up to my shoulder, and I'll be like, fly, because he can fly now.
little lizard wings unfurl from his back. This is today's theme, apparently.
He's going
And
to fly towards MD to deliver my last lay on hands.
down.
I don't even know if he can make it there this turn, now
50
that I'm in the sky.
He can move twice. Does he need an action delivered? Or does he just have to get there?
I give him one action, so he has 2 actions.
Well, he can
Spell
get there.
delivery is he just has to get there.
He can
because
get
you're
there in
spending
2.
the
Yeah, he
actions
can
to
get
do
there
it.
in 2.
Okay, there you go.
Thank you.
Have some. Sure.
24.
You know what?
Tongue shoots out 24 health.
I'm gonna stoke this guy.
This is my new friend.
I love him.
She just abandons us.
I'm
Flies
just
off
gonna
into the
grip onto him,
sunset.
just be like, you're doing so good.
2 of the very injured little fairies are gonna squeal. One with the arrow stuck through them, one absolutely terrified. Flee! Flee! They're too rough! They're too strong! They're too rude! They're violent! And they turn to fly away. And one of them, the one that's left on the edge, hasn't been hit by anything other than the fireball. It's just a little bit singed, a little bit soot blackened on the front. Looks down. They don't know how to play. They don't know how to have fun. They only know death and kill and stab and bite. And he pulls up a little mote of light and flings it at Cammy / this man.
No. I want to disappear.
He gets a 9.
It's okay, actually.
It is in the 5th range increment. He has a -10.
What's going on? These are the dorkiest little dudes, and this is the most I've gotten hurt in the entire dream. I didn't even get hit by
He
Wirelite.
too turns and flies away and disappears again into the light. You hear the cackling and the giggling stop as the fairies disperse, as they fly every direction. And still being carried by your savior, Cammy.
love him.
He flies the rest of the way up to the top of the branch, still kind of coughing. Lands, tries to kind of put you gently down, but sort of like tumbles down to his knees. He's still not feeling good. Drops you a little, and the wings disperse, leaving the rest of you to clamber your way out of the pit.
Easy on my back and start climbing.
Don't do it, dude. Don't
Easy, just
go there.
Fireman carry easy on my back.
I'm gonna kill
Do
that
it.
story.
Yep.
I feel like climbing out's not terribly difficult for us.
Oh my
It's
gosh.
not difficult for it is for him.
Dude, you're incredible.
Oh. It's nothing really. Oh. Thanks for saving me down there. I couldn't. Oh, I don't got no healing magic. I couldn't have done nothing to come back from that.
So you saved me, man. I don't want to be down there anymore.
Who are you?
I'm Cammy.
Bentley. Nestor Bentley.
Bentley?
Bentley.
Bentley.
I'm And so you guys climbing up. I'm not gonna make you roll for the whole way, but just give me climb checks to see about like how effectively you can get your ways back up here.
Is MD doing him for me? Because
Is MD doing it for you? You're letting him?
I'm carrying. He's just on my back like a backpack.
The 22 to climb.
You would get up there without any real problem.
31.
You would get up there very quickly.
Backpack.
I don't recognize you.
I don't recognize you either, so
I'm-
it just kind
I'm
of
with
puts
the
us
s-
even.
I'm with the Stardust Augers. We're a druidic order.
Stardust.
You're not with the hunting party, are you? You don't look it.
I don't think so.
You don't look Chelish to me. I think
That's-
everyone Kelvetta brought with her was Chelish.
who?
Well, Chelish are a halfling.
Huh?
About this time, Easy and MD would get the top up here. And he would sort of raise a hand, kneeling down. Oh. Oh.
You want something to drink?
It's been a minute since I hit something like that. Normally I can handle myself a little better. You saw those. Some tricksy buggers. Their idea of fun and friendliness ain't exactly mine. Nestor Bentley.
Pass him the decanter in this water.
Oh, take it.
First word on the bottom.
He just looks. Oh, we got one of these. And stream. And it's a bit more potent than ours. Thank you. Thank you kindly. And he'll start drinking from it as Trey climbs his way up. He takes a long couple of gulps from this and then puts the cap up over it, hands it back over to you. So I was explaining to the little miss here. Nestor Bentley, I'm with the Stardust Augers. We're a druidic order, and I don't figure you're part of Kelvetta's hunting party, but you haven't seen a Kellish woman with a big old scar across the rock coming through, have you?
I wouldn't even know what a Kellish woman looks like.
Dark hair, rather tall, pretty built. She's a huntress by life and by trade.
Nope. Doesn't ring a bell. We saw a bunch of little rats.
Zoogs!
Yeah.
Weird little fellas they are.
Yeah, they sent
This
us.
guy's like their god now or something. It's crazy.
I think the one they worship is the last human to walk past them. They got a bit of a thing for tall folk, they call them. Nice little fellas, tiny little brains. They do their best. They're good sorts, though. Pure hearts, really. Real part of the natural cycle of this wood here.
So, you want to tell us exactly what happened to you?
Well, I think you saw about what happened to me. I think, well, if you hadn't dove in so gung-ho to join me, you might have been of not so much your own volition. I got caught by those lurkers. A lot more of them than I thought they were. Ganged up on me. I don't know. I made the same mistake you did. I didn't really fight back as early as I should have. Didn't think their idea of fun was quite as dangerous as it turned out to be. I've been on that leaf for hours. It's a good thing you all came along. They might have just left me there to rot.
Oh, we would have never done that.
That was definitely
Why
on the
would
docket.
anybody do that?
That was an idea.
You know where they live, perchance? Like we could follow them back.
I think we're good, Easy.
I think crossing them again's the last thing I'm looking to do.
I could just got a few bombs. I can just light up their whole place.
Well, they
You never have this happen to
may
anybody
not be the
again?
friendliest sort, but I mean, they're a part of this wood as much as any other.
Okay.
They're acting in their nature, doing what they do. You know, Fae folk are hard for us to understand, and again, their idea of friendship, well, you saw it.
Okay.
So, what brings you here?
Hunting.
Not like that one though.
We're
Kinda-
doing a favor for the Zoogs.
Huh?
Yeah, the Krav Kadan.
Kravgadons.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not that far from here. If you came from the Zoog woods, you were most of the way for around to follow them lurkers. You almost had it. Were you trying to pick one? They have one that they knew about, or you head into the whole nest of them? There's 3 of the buggers. They're pretty big. I think it'd be a tough hunt for the group of you.
We got literally 0 information from the Zoog. They
Man, not
told us where
surprising,
to
I
go.
suppose. They understand language, but, just barely.
Like a child, yes.
That's about as much as they can understand. It's a good way to look at it. It's accurate. Can't disagree with it.
Unless you happen to know where a pard might be.
Yeah,
Parts.
that's what we're really after. Is we're trying to get a tail.
No, I know that's something the Zoogs are real big favorable for, but I don't know if any that are around here. Honestly, the Kravgadons is as good a place to head as any. I know Kelvetta's looking for a trophy she can take home, and that'd be a fair big one. I don't know how she's planning to take it back to the gate, wherever that is.
There's a lot going on here. So, you're not native to this place.
No, I'm from the Galarian, I imagine, same as you.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Where's
I'm
the
a-
gate?
I don't know.
All right. Who's
I dream walked here. This isn't my real body, so worst
Same.
thing that would have happened, I wouldn't have fallen. Kind of figured. Calvetta's here in the flesh. She's looking to take something home with her.
Oh.
There's a couple things here we want to take home as well.
Yeah, well then you're gonna need a gate, and without access to challenge Hell Knights. Their signifier is about the only thing I know with that level of magic. Even us augurs can't come close to that. Gatewalking's hard. Moving between planes proper, without some sort of focus or some crazy artifact, you ain't gonna do it easy. So sorry, I can't really help you with that, but it sounds like we might be walking the same path for a bit. We had these Kravagdons. Well, maybe I can find Kelvetta. Maybe we can figure out how she got here, and you can go back through her gate if you want, but I'm telling you, you're gonna find a Hell Knight chapter on the other side. They're not gonna be friendly to you.
Well, I don't necessarily need to go back through. Sending the shield back through would be nice, though.
Well, maybe if luck has it, you can find your way to it in the waking world. Well, you two look like a mixed sort. Where from in Galarian? You about the inner seas? Who's the love? I ain't that terribly far. I'm from Taldor myself. Just a couple of days north up the river from Casimir.
Yeah, we'll be heading your way.
Oh yeah.
We're on a boat.
We're on a
Huh.
boat.
Where are you heading?
What's the name of the town that we're actually like? We're like
Casimir.
Casimir. Yeah, where you're from. We're headed.
The
We're,
Downey just said.
we're headed your way.
You're stopping at Casimir to chase down whoever this Miactian mon is.
Yeah, we're heading to.
It's like, I'm on no shakes, Fate of Desna. What do you know?
Hmm,
Well, hey, we all had to make it out of this. Maybe I'll see you later on your voyage.
maybe.
If you're passing down the river, you'll go right by our camp, probably.
Where in Galarian did you say that you're from again?
Oh, I'm from North Taldor. If you're heading out from Mustalov to Casimir, you're going to pass right by our Stardust encampment. I mean, I don't know if I'll recognize one ship passing by more than the others. What's your ship called?
Stellan Starling.
Oh, keep an eye out.
Wait, so you're like along the coast? You're
Yeah.
along-
Our order, we are river folk mostly. Most of our order is shepherding the flow of the water, keeping the selling safe, keeping things pure and making sure that, well, civilization ain't diluting it too much. Nature's got to take its course and all. Without the rivers, we ain't got nothing. What is the inner sea without its tributaries?
Do you know?
Anyway, let's talk and walk. I want to get out of here before those lurkers come back with more of their friends.
Well, do you know anything about a boat?
and I'll explain the one that we saw. the
You don't
other
have
day.
much to go on other than the blood red sails that have
sails.
followed you and the strange creatures that emerged from the water, but Nestor kind of shakes his head. Nah, it doesn't sound familiar to me. Red sails would be pretty unique. I think I'd remember it if I saw it, but I don't spend my days watching the ships go by. I got a lot of studies to tend to and a lot of things in the nearby woods we got to keep at pace.
Fair
You notice
enough.
anything weird with the towns, though? You notice one blocked off their docks.
I don't have much doing with the towns. We have a tradesman that comes through every week or two to bring us what little supplies we need, but we make our living off of nature. You ain't never met a druid before?
No.
No,
Not
not
in
that
recent
I
memory.
remember.
Well, about 2/3 of what you heard is probably true. It's a bunch of dirt-faced tree humpers out in the woods doing what we can to keep nature working straight.
You wouldn't happen to recognize the name Miacnium. No, I can't even say it.
You
got it.
Miacne and Mun, it is hard.
Yeah.
He kind of grins at his own joke, but shakes his head. No, I can't say I
All
have.
right.
Like I said, I don't have much contact with people outside my coven, really.
That's
Perfectly fine.
You know, it's funny. I didn't really expect to see other people like doing what we are doing.
Hey, nor did I. Honestly, I wasn't aware this was magic that had spread outside druidic circles. You're surely not druids. You don't look the part.
No.
And
Ours wasn't through a spell. It's a more ritual.
huh. Well, there's something else to discuss if we meet back up outside of this. But for now, I imagine if you went through the effort to come in here, you got something mighty important you're chasing after, and I gotta find this Calvetta if I can. We can't let hunters from our world take our tech, our magic, and go running rampant through another plane. That ain't right. Nature's nature, beyond the material. You know?
no. But it makes sense.
Now, I know you're heading out to hunt these Kravgadons, but you're doing it at the behest of these Zoog here in the woods. Well, as far as I can see it, A, I hell owe you one. And B, that fits in the cycle as far as I can make sense. As far as I'm concerned, you're their weapon. And they're using you to hunt. Fits for me. Besides, I don't imagine you're going out of your way to disrupt the cycle here. Nah, Kelvetta's on a warpath. She'll be taking down everything she sees till she finds something that really strikes her fancy she can take home.
Just on a whim, or does she have something in mind?
That's what she does. Noble folk born into a rich family. She spent all her daddy's coin on hunting expeditions to other planes. She's got the finest arms and the finest arms men the money can buy. She ain't gonna lift a finger of her own. But she's gonna take all the pride for it when she gets home. You can be sure of that. I don't understand their sort. I truly don't.
I feel like we've met a person like that.
Yeah, I think we all have, unfortunately. World's got too many of them.
And she's dead.
But as you walk through the ferns here, as eager as Nestor is, I'm sure, to be rid of the lurker territory and move on, that's a good place to end our session here. We got a guide now, a druid. That sounds like what a small world on the very way to where we're headed back in the material plane. Crossing paths first here and, well, maybe later there. The last thing anyone expected to find here, a friend? A friend from where we come from, doing the same dream walking astral projection stuff that we are.
Don't trust
Crazy small world, Galarian. But next week, this guide hopefully will be able to get us down to this Kravgadon nest, provide what support he can, maybe, and, well, we got a pact to fulfill with the Zoogs. We'll get this Pard's Tale, hopefully, if we're successful, and it will be the first of our list of 7 offerings for the Mad Poet. We're going to be going on some crazy adventures through the dream in the coming weeks. If it wasn't evident by what has taken place today, the first of our Dreamlands ventures, I said this book might be my single favorite chapter that Paizo has ever produced. It is crazy. And the other 6 journeys, well, they can get just as wild. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. Thanks for being here. Well, that's going to be it for us today. We have plenty more content you can partake in. I think for the moment, our Sunday show is currently in hiatus. I don't think we have anything going on tomorrow.
Not currently.
You did
A
so
little
much
bit of
work.
a break.
You did so much
We
work.
got a little of a break. There was a lot going on
Everybody
with the
deserves a
Abomination
break.
Vaults. But we do have a second weekly show ongoing right now, Wednesday evenings, 7 p.m. Eastern. We got our late night show. We got our sci-fi. We got our Starfinder campaign, Secrets Between the Stars. These 2 idiots making the weird beeping noises make a return with the rest of the cast. A lot of faces you might recognize from Malevolence. One of them, you want to see Jumbles run a game? Here you go. I don't know how. That's the first time that selling pitch occurred to me.
honestly.
But you want to see Jumbles run a game? Wednesday evenings, Secrets Behind the Stars. We've also got our bonus content over on Patreon or on Ko-fi. You can support us with $5 a month and get access to all of our post shows, all of our extra ramblings, the insane tangents that we go on immediately after the cameras stop rolling. We're going to do that here in a minute. If you support us over there, you can get access to all those too. Last, but certainly not least, all our fine sponsors, Arkenforge, Eldritch Foundry, Norse Foundry. We got a virtual tabletop. We got map making software. We got a digital table solution in Arkenforge. Eldritch Foundry providing all of these fantastic minis that we finally got our cool table cam back for, so we can, show them off more often. They are really good. I love the faces in the Redditor. And Norse Foundry, source of all of these beautiful dice rolling around the table, showing up on those Norse Foundry branded dice trays. You probably can put that one together yourself. Discount code UGT show on all 3 of those platforms. Gives us a little help, gives you a little bit of a deal. Also, check out Pocket Bard. I don't even have to say that one. We're not at the moment officially. We're between figuring out how we want to do stuff. They're just really cool and I like them. It's a bunch of cool dudes. It's some new fancy software coming up for some immersive music and sound effects. I'm just shouting them out because they're cool and they're neat and I like them. And I want to do more stuff with them. So I'm just going to get ahead of the boat on the show in there. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. Thanks for being here. We'll see you next weekend. Stay safe. Stay safe.